Welcome to the XGS Spring Burst close qualifiers. We got a good game coming up. We have Osiris versus Outlast. Two solid teams, two teams that have played great, and we get to see what they do today in this game. So, what are you excited to see here, Ghost?
I'm really excited to see Osiris, not only because, they're a good team, but they were just eliminated by a team which, in my opinion, and a lot of other people at XGS and the Prod studio, thought they should not have lost to. Osiris, you got Spirits, Adam, Twits, Center, Sneeze. These are all great players, two players who are actually playing on the Wildcard Pro League team. So again, they should not have lost their last map, and if they lose this match today, they are out of this qualifier. They do not qualify for XGS. They only have a chance to do it next week.
And on Outlast sides, we have the former Dilemma roster from E2. We have Zonky, Papoa, Rai, Juve, and Austin. Austin, formerly known as Burnt Turkey, he has decided to change his name for this event and the foreseeable future. So I'm excited to see what these two rosters can do as we just slide on over to map bans.
Yeah, Oregon being banned out. I love that. Osiris banning out Night Haven. I wouldn't say that's very unexpected. Going to Bank, I really like not Osiris, but Outlast picking Bank, and then we're going to Chalet. These are two honestly just really fun maps, and Bank in this current meta, which is, if you've watched SI, if you just watched any competitive Siege lately, you know that we are in a defensive meta, and Bank is one of those more defender-sided maps. And then finally, we're going to Cafe, which also is just yet another just great map for the defense.
Oh, Bank, this is going to be a very fun match because it all comes down to who can actually win the attacks that they need to. Because as you said, we're in a super defender meta, and we're just seeing that in every single tournament that is going on right now, from SI to T4 events that are happening. And hey, we're seeing this in the close qualifiers as well, where most of the maps are 4-2 splits for the defense. And if you don't get those two attacks on attack, you're more than likely going to not have a fun time.
Yeah, honestly, I would say even a 4-2 half for attack is generous. Like, if you're going against a really good and competent team, they should, on maps like Bank and Cafe, get a 5-1 half if they want to have a definitive play. But, 4-2 half is definitely good. Osiris is going to be starting on the defense, so they're going to be on the more favored side. Ying being banned out. Ying continues to be one of the most pesterouous operators, especially with that nade nerf coming in recently just this season. She's a lot more useful. Monty also being banned. That is really just honestly, I wouldn't say curious, but it's more towards a ban towards Bank itself. Monty isn't, I wouldn't say heavily in the meta, but he does actually make it really easy for the attack to actually attack Bank. And then, Solus being banned as she's just one of the most powerful operators, especially yet again, more favoring towards a map like Bank.
Yeah, we're more than likely going to see a Valkyrie ban here as well. But fun fact about Ying for these closed qualifiers, she has been banned for every single match. Every single map that has been played in this closed qualifier, she has been banned out. So that just shows how powerful of an operator she is. And for her to be banned out, it's not shocking, as the last ban was Finrir, which is a solid ban. Very powerful operators. We see two strong operators being took off the defensive side, but that is also leaving some very strong intel gathering for the defenders of Valkyrie being up. But we do not see it being brought out, as we see good old Faithful on this map, them going to basement to defend. This is honestly probably the strongest site on this map, if you ask anyone.
Oh yeah, no doubt. This is most definitely one of the strongest sites, not only on this map, just in the entire map pool that we have in the committed map pool. And as you can see, we're seeing more traditional operators. We're not seeing, that Valkyrie, we're not seeing that Echo. And honestly, that does tend to, because it's Osiris's playstyle, they are pro players. They don't need to rely on that extra information in order to win rounds. It's just a little bit more of an experience thing. But on the side of Outlast, one thing I really like is that Maverick. That Maverick is going to be perfect for getting those hatches open if they have a Tabaru, but Osiris is not bringing that Tabaru out. Instead, they're actually bringing, that you have that Azami, which is still such a very powerful operator. Mira, just a main stage for this site and this map. Honestly, one pick I also do like for Outlast is that Austin. I can't remember the name of the operator, but yeah, no, just that operator. Comes out Grim. There it is. Yeah, Grim is just a very powerful operator, a very good operator for clearing space and just getting a lot of intel.
Yes, Grim is a very strong operator now since it's more of a the bees have been buffed so it pings more, but as well as he has this very strong assortment of guns coming from the 556 Commando, and we see you getting aggressive here, but he is unable to win the fight onto Twist, who is sitting bottom main stairs, and they have already put themselves at a disadvantage. Spirits is sitting top blue, wanting to fight the person who is by the hatches. But hey, that is great if you are Osiris. You have the opening kill and you have a minute 40 left. You got the first kill within the first 45 seconds of the round. So all you have to do now is just sit back and relax.
Yeah, and not only is that a very powerful operator with a very powerful gun, but with those actual gas canisters on the side of twists, you're now going to have no operator aside from obviously shooting them that's going to be able to. Sophia is no longer going to have her impact grenades to get rid of those actual gas canisters, which eventually will waste time for the plant for Osiris. But now with that operator gone, you're going to have to just simply choose the option of just shooting it. As we can see, two players bundling up on blue stairs, but Austin using those bees not really being effective in this situation right now, but they are aware there are two players in here, or they might actually not be aware. They do know at least one player is in this site, this line of sight set up by the zombie is such a good strat. I really love this. Is just honestly a really good line of sight here.
We're about to see them walk into the chamber of death, but he is unable to get one. Spirits gets one. Adam gets two onto Rai Rai and Zonky. Vipoa, the last one alive. 50 seconds. This is going to be a flawless, more than likely, unless he is able to kill Spirits, and he is unable to. That is the way. If you are Osiris, you want to get that momentum quick, and you want to just follow off of it. And that is two big kills on the stairs coming from Spirits, and they secure the round out there. Man,
Yeah,
they had the Twitch drone sitting there in vents, but they were just unable to capitalize off the information. They walked into the death pits of two players.
I mean, yeah, and you have that player on the side of spirits, just shutting that round down. Not only that, but showing that a zombie angle. I really love that angle because it just goes to show the amount of IQ and knowledge that pro players and players like Spirits or Twists have, even Adam to a certain extent, while he isn't more of that, smart player, using his brain more, he's, just more of an aggro, game sense player. But nonetheless, as I don't actually think I've ever seen that a zombie strat before. So it's really nice seeing something new, especially from and in a T3 scene and in a T3 league like this. You don't really see a lot of new strats. It's every once in a while. But for the second match or the second site for Osiris, they're going to be going upstairs to the meeting site. And honestly, that Frost coming back out. Frost is just a very useful operator, not only because of her ability, we know with those Frost masks, even though she's recently been nerfed, that shield is going to play a very good component. And not only that, she has that shotgun can clear. Honestly, Osiris just bring out just kind of something basic. They're not doing anything over the top. As I say that, Spirit's just trolling, honestly. Just outside of that window, just trying to find a player with the boss G. And honestly, Osiris are just being enabled to do this. Outlast is just letting them do these plays and they're not punishing it. And because of this, Osiris are just winning away with the first round, but not only that, but picks and map control.
Yes, as we see Austin looking to get aggressive here on these windows, he is not worried about anybody being in the lobby area as he has somebody down there sitting in ATMs. But let's talk about the Boss G real quick. Boss G is a one shot down on almost every operator in the game except three armors. And if the three speeds are low enough health, it will instantly kill them. So, I mean, I see what Spirits wants to do here because chest and above can down anyone almost. But Adam looking to get aggressive and he kills the person on the windows. That is right. That is the bonnet down. Mazanki is able to trade it out onto Spirits, the Boss G player. And Adam looking to get aggressive on the player in ATMs, but they just hold off. Zonky does not want to take the fight here as he is 15 health. Man, a very quick round already as it's 4-4, and Austin is looking to get aggressive again here.
Yeah, as I say that, Vipo getting a pick onto Twitch, making a 3v4, but Osiris, they burnt half the round, and now Adam with a double kill, you don't have your Hibana. So those walls, aside from the ace, I believe, yeah, he has no Selma charges left, so he's not going to be able to open any more walls. Those mirror walls are going to be able to stay open, but Vipo is actually found out, and Adam just going on a triple kill, he could be up for an ace here, and his team just enabling him, giving him all the info he needs, just feeding him these kills in this round.
We see Adam wanting to get this next 2 kills. Austin able to hop in to to stock, but Square Juve is walking in Square right now as 45 seconds left in the round, and it looks like they're just stalling out here. Austin going back outside as he was sitting on the windows for 2/3 of the round, and now Adam is able to get the quad. He is looking for the ace. He knows where the last player is, and Billy Bob Sentier steals the ace from him off the player on Square. Man, you should have just let him get it, Senti.
I mean, Osiris just not giving Outlast anything. Every kill was eventually traded, even though if it wasn't back to back, that one kill eventually leading to 3v4, which then led to a 3v2. But Osiris is not giving Outlast anything, any map control, nothing. Outlast didn't even come close to getting into the site. Osiris, that whole entire round, even when they were in a man deficit, had complete control of site. And that's why they're winning. And that's why they're playing this defense so good, is because they're not giving Outlast map control. They're not even giving them site control. They're not doing needless retakes. And honestly, I just really like Osiris. Coming in from last map, going to max OT on their third map against a team they should not have lost. I don't want to ripe on them too much, but Osiris really just locking everything down. And initially in that first pick, Osiris run, while it wasn't even 1-1, it bringing it to a 4-4 with a minute gone, or I guess you could say a minute and 30 seconds gone, and your Hibana gone. That enabled Osiris to just sit back and say, okay, well, we can just hold the angles because no new angles are going to be opened. All the Selma charges are gone. And because of that, Spirits is just allowed to spawn peek while he isn't going to find anything, at least for now, because the players, realize, the game is 8 years old. They're not going to run into the most basic spawn peek. So Spirits is not going to be given anything. But it doesn't matter because the past 2 rounds, he's been given 2 kills and needless kills. And we can see Twitch looking to potentially run out, but he's actually guarded off by the player on the side of Vipo.
Damage done to both players as Twist does some to Vipoa, and Vipoa does to him, but Vipoa is down by Twist. But he is not down. He is not out. He is DBNO, down but not out. And Austin looking to get aggressive here with the line, knowing where he is. He does some damage. He gets the kill on the Twist, and that is the advantage for his team. That is their first entry of the round, and we see Zonky just looking to get some cameras, take their time, almost losing his drone to the Mozzie pass. But that play there from Twist, just running around upstairs for no reason. He could have just settled down, and that just makes them come to him. And Spirits with the Boss G from top spiral, just absolutely destroying Austin.
Yeah, even though Outlast got the initial first pick, they didn't take any map control from it. As you can see, that one player just repelling on the windows on the side of Austin, not even swinging in, not taking repel, and that gave Osiris the chance. It gave Spirits and it gave Adam a chance to go upstairs and retake map control. And because of that, they were rewarded with a traded pick onto Austin. That is now your Lion gone. There's a lot of intel. While you still do have that Dokkaebi, in my opinion, is a much more useful operator for intel. Osiris still have top map control. Outlast not contending them whatsoever. And with a minute dwindling down, not only does Osiris have top map control, but they have intel. Rai actually getting another pick onto Sens. That's a big pick, but it's going to be up to these 2 players on the side of Osiris to go down and rotate. And speaking of, they're the last 2 players alive in a 2v4 deficit.
Spirits does just have the Boss G right now, but he also has SMG-12, as Juve has had a massive round so far. Rai getting the plant down. Spirits knows there's one in the elevator. He swings it, hip firing. Adam gets the kill onto Vipoa. It is a 3v2 with 45 seconds left to defuse. But Brava is unable to get the shots onto Adam and just completely whiffs there. What happened for Zonky? He just missed shots. Now it's a 2v2 with 30 seconds left on the clock. They really only have 22 23 because they needed a fuse, but it is a 2v1. Spirits and Adam are going crazy. Adam, no death on the round yet. It's a 1v1. Right. Adam swings it with the shorty. He knows where he is. He gets the kill onto Rai, and that is a triple. That he is 9-0 as of right now. Adam is just going massive for Osiris as they are able to clutch it out and get the defuse. Wow, what happened there for Outlast? That was a 4v2.
That was a round they should not have lost. That post plant positioning they had was just horrible. And I know they're a lower tier team and they're lower tier players, but that doesn't mean you can't hold the basic crossfire. That was probably, I wouldn't say one of the easiest. It's still somewhat of a complex crossfire as you don't have all the intel. But you know that last player did die in elevator, so you know where the two players are, which bottom stairs, and then another player dies in office, but then you have spirits rotate around. Honestly, it's just Outlast over swinging and being too overzealous in the 4v2. They just gave them no picks. And as you can saw, it was a relatively quick post plant. I mean, Osiris on the side of Adam, when he was defusing, there was around 15 to 14 seconds left. That was, I'm pretty sure, a little less than half the time of the post plant, with the post plant being 45 seconds as soon as the bomb is activated. But Outlast just playing those crossfires horribly, and because of that, they are now down 0-3. While it is on defense, they still do have a chance to get a round or two. A 4-2 half on defense, especially on Bake, isn't necessarily bad, but honestly, I don't think they can get a 4-2 half because of the way they're playing. I don't think they're playing bad because, it's just a defender-sided meta on a defender-sided map like Bank. They're just not playing the rounds correctly. And when they had a round all for themselves, they could have gone tied it up almost 2-1. They lost because they just couldn't hold the crossfires and they just played that round horribly incorrectly.
Yeah, they were playing very separated there, which is questionable. You did have somebody in archives. You had somebody on first floor elevator. I don't know why you're playing that far apart. You left Rai on side by himself, and that's another opening kill for Osiris as Triss gets the kill onto you, and that is most of the soft destruction. Well, some of the soft destruction on Outlast gone. As we see Saki looking to get aggressive, and he's unable to hit his shots onto Twist. They are just whiffing right now. They're unable to hit the players on the side of Osiris, and that is costing them rounds. And Vapoa holding top marble stairs, well, mid marble stairs, making sure nobody rotates up from the basement, wanting to get these hatches, but it is a 5v3. They hardly have anything. They know somebody is stuck. No, they don't know somebody's stuck in stock. Adam by himself. No, they do, and he is able to get the kill onto Adam as that is his first death. It is 9-1 in the match now. Knowing somebody's top blue, they're a little banter from Adam there in the chat. Well, a minute 34 left, and it is a 3v4 for Osiris. Wow. Slowly but surely, they're making their way, opening up everything they need to, but they haven't been able to close out these rounds so far.
Yeah. And honestly, yeah, I agree. They trade back that player, they get rid of Adam. That is a huge player, but they still have to worry about this blue position. They weren't able to get rid of the blue players last round. And yet again, it looks like they're just somewhat ignoring it. They don't even really want to deal with blue because they know it's such a hard position that they can't play. And not only that, they're at a man disadvantage, which is even worse because Center gets yet another kill onto Rai, but Vipo even it out a little bit more, making it 3v2. But every player on the side of Osiris is aware of where Vipo is, and because of that, he is down with 30 seconds left. It is a 3v1. It's all up to Austin, but it's Twist to shut it down. Twist being the biggest player in this round, and he makes sure he closes it out and puts his team up 4-0.
A Twist was standing on business. But why are you not droning for your entry players? Why do you have entry players just knocking doors down, breaking barricades with their elbows instead of just shooting them open from a safer distance before you drone them in? Their positioning has been absolutely terrible here recently. Why is Zonky not just holding the stairs? Because he's upstairs. He's going to have to vault down. Kill him on the vault instead of sitting back and giving him that much space to hold.
I agree with you. I've seen Zonky play a little bit, and I wouldn't say he necessarily isn't a bad player. He has a lot of potential in how he plays, but I think he's a perfect example of the main problem Outlast is having right now on these roam clears and just attacking overall. Is they're giving these 1v1 isolated situations to Osiris for no reason. They're not doubling up on these players. They identify where the roamers are. They know where these Osiris players are, and they know they're playing alone. They know Spirits is running around with a boss G alone, and players like Zonky, not only Zonky, but Zonky is the perfect example, is swinging him in a 1v1 situation when he doesn't need to, especially early in the round where you don't necessarily need to take that gunfight, essentially, in that time and in that position. You can wait for a teammate to either drone you out or double up on that player, isolating him in a 2v1 and taking that pick, rather not even taking it. You could either trade it also, but they're just not doing it. They're giving these isolated 1v1s to players like Spirits, which he's a pro player. You do not give 1v1s to Spirits.
And same thing with Adam. Adam played for Wildcard as well. You see two Wildcard players on this roster. Well, former wildcard players, but still, that's pro league experience. That's something that some of these players are lacking on the side of, well, all of the players on Outlast are lacking. But you can make up for that with teamwork, droning for each other, doubling up, just getting the trades, getting the 1-for-1s. It's all you need to do. But they're not doing that. They have somebody just was Zonky. He's playing it safe and staying in ATMs and not putting himself in a position to be killed. But the positioning has been terrible this match as they finally open up that elevator wall. Hidden Papoa gets the kill on the Spirits, and they got the trade there. That's all they needed for right now. But it's 4v4, and this is still in favor of the defense as there's a minute and 30 left. They have hardly any positioning in the building. They are all on windows. They are all sitting farther back. And it looks like they're just going to try and repel in and get this plant. But Twist decides to hop out, and that is a double for Vipoa. That's just opening up so much for Outlast here. Is Rai still sitting on that repel, trying to get a kill? They just aren't taking any space in the building. As that's another one for Zonky. Zonky gets the down. Adam has to get aggressive here. He gets the kill onto you. And he doesn't know Rai was on. He's rotated to the building. Rai gets the kill. It is a 2v3, but it is actually a 1v3, all on Sentier's shoulders. This may be Outlast's first round, but they do not know where he is. And Vipoa is able to close it out for his team. And hey, finally, you got that first round. You have a little bit of momentum. Capitalize on it in this next round. That's all you have to do. Keep the same momentum you have. Do not slow down.
Outlast finding their first round and finding it very definitively. It ended up in a 3v1, which then left to a 3v0. But they were able to take that man count and convert it into a round win. Not only that, but they were able to convert their actual picks and kills into more control and into more picks, which eventually led them into the round. And that may sound very basic, but it's a problem Outlast has had. And if you can't trade picks and you can't convert picks into map control and round wins, you're simply not going to win a game, especially a game where you need those attacks. You don't necessarily need to win 4-2. You don't need to win the attacking half, but you don't want to go down 5-1. Sure, defense is very good, but you're not down 4-1 because you're on an attacker sided map in an attacker sided meta. You're down 4-1 because you're making very crucial mistakes, very basic mistakes. And as I said before in the round before, Zonky is not a horrible player. All these players, I wouldn't say they're horrible. They've played in E2, some of them playing in E1 also, so they have relatively high tier competitive experience. But with Osiris, they're not necessarily doing anything special right now. They're not running Pro League strats, aside from that one Azami angle, which is kind of like a throwaway angle. You're not going to see that again. You're not going to see it in SI. You're not going to see it in Pro League Season 1 this year. They're not running anything necessarily crazy. They're just kind of running around, playing it like ranked, playing their ones and playing their picks. And Outlast, until last round, was not working together. But as they did work together, they granted themselves one round, and they're going to look to take yet another, hoping to get that 4-2 half.
Yeah, if you're Osiris here, you really, really want to get this round because you just need one round to put yourself on match point and 2 rounds to win the game. But as we see Outlast doing the same thing they were doing last round, Rai's already took quite a bit of damage here. The impact trick missing out from Adam somehow, and that's wall open up in Kanto. So now we're just going to we see the zombie just put that barrier down, and that really just secure the spot there for the Legion. So is he able to rotate out if needed. But Spirits sitting in garage, looking to run out here more than likely. Oh man, he wants to get aggressive. He knows he's on the windows, and Rai's gonna have to rappel down, but he's unable to, and that's the kill for Spirits. Wow, that is very, very unfortunate if you're Rai, because you can't aim down that far if you're on rappel up that high. So that was just a free kill there for Spirits, and that puts them up.
Sneeze somehow is down. It looks like this Flores is going to be looking for him. Yeah, that Flores drone is way too far. He's not going to be able to get that down player. So Sneeze most likely will be able to get picked up. But Yov putting down Adam, and now Outlast essentially in a 4v3 while Sneeze is down. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to be picked up. But as I say, that Spirits making the hero play to pick his teammate up. But it's Vipoa actually to get a kill on Billy Bob. And now it is a 3v4 in Outlast. You've been in this situation for 3 rounds. You've won it once. You need to win it one more time if you want to get a 4-2 half. With 50 seconds left, it's very possible. But players on the side of Osiris still holding very powerful positions on the site, but it doesn't matter because Vipoa gets a pick onto Twist, making it a 4v2, a 4v1 now. Vipoa getting a triple kill in this round. It is all up to Spirits on the Boss G. He downs Vipoa. I don't think it's going to be enough. With 30 seconds left, they essentially know where he is, and yes, they do. Austin shutting down the round and shutting down the half, giving Outlast a 2-4 half going into their defensive side.
Hey, that is exactly what Outlast needed. You're on your map pick. You have to be, if you pick this map, you have to be comfortable on it at least. You have to feel super, super confident in the way you play this, your play style on it. So, what are we expecting to see from Outlast here on the defense? We're seeing them go to CCTV and lockers, and they're bringing one of the most basic time denial comps. You're just gambling on that plant, trying to go down with at least 7 seconds left in the round, so you can use utility as Echo and Echo Shock and stun him. So he's off the plant. That's round. You win. GG's.
If Outlast want to push Osiris to putting the bomb down, they need to waste their time on the roam. You cannot give Osiris map control quickly, because if you give Osiris map control quickly and they have their overall site execution ready with a minute 30, even to a minute left, I don't believe Outlast is going to win those ones. Osiris has the intel, they have their overall positions, they have top floor and middle floor controlled, they have the hatches open with around a minute 30 to a minute left. Osiris will win the round. What Outlast not only wants to do here, but needs to do, they need to waste time, which then forces Osiris to put that plant down with around, 30, potentially even you'd want 15 to 10 seconds left, which then those smoke canisters, if you still have them, paired with that echo is going to make it just an absolute nightmare for Osiris. But Osiris really efficient with his droning and only one player upstairs. I'm very worried if Outlast can hold off these first entry players on the side of Osiris for long enough.
Yeah, that's true. But they have so much denial hill is where the impact trick. Donkey just looking to get aggressive with the impacts. He wants to try and hold this as long as possible. And he may be able to, because it looks like he scared the players from Osiris down to marble. They want to push him, but they are working back up. Adam sitting top marble, and it looked like the Yana was about to walk in. Zonky taking a little bit of damage here, unable to do any to anyone else, but Twist took some as well. So health is somewhat comparable, but they're just slowly he's doing his job. He's wasting their time, as he has wasted a minute and 30 in the round, and they have not made it down to servers yet, but they do have the hatches open as of now. So they have a minute 30 to work with you. And I'm pretty sure they haven't popped any of the Goyo canisters that are in sight as of right now either. Yeah, they still have Goyo canisters up as well. So what are we looking to see here from Osiris? Are they about to do a vault drop? Are they going to do an elevator drop? That looks like what they're setting up for here, as Adam is sitting in office hallway by the elevators, and it looks like their team is pushing into garage. They may be doing a west side take on basement, just completely avoiding that time denial setup.
With 50 seconds left, Osiris has every chess piece in position to win this round. As we can see, Spirits creeping up on that player. He does get it. He gets Zonky. That is the first pick that enables Osiris to get in. They see where the Echo Drone is. They are going for a default plant. Adam getting the second. Spirits following it up, making it a 5v2, a 5v1 now. It is all blue. Rai leaving. It's all up to Austin with Bomb going down in a 1v5, so many angles being held from every position, every corner of the map. They know where he is, and it's a flawless round. And what I talked about earlier happened exactly. They gave Osiris too much time. They even had hatches open. And with a minute 30, Osiris had everything they needed to execute. And because of that, they had plenty of time to flood the site and get the round.
That is, if you're Osiris there, you know how passive this team plays. You know that they're going to be taking their time. They're going to try and waste your time, but at the same time, you know where they're going to be sitting. You just have to drone a little bit. They put spirits in garage. That gave them so much space when he killed off the Legion that was sitting there. They had nobody else there to contest with him, and he was able to just absolutely cut off their path. They were unable to set in Red Hallway because you had the Buck watching it. So they had to play farther back. And then you had somebody drop Vault and Elevator, and they got their picks. They cleared it out, and they pinched the last two players alive that were sitting in lockers.
And finally, what seems like kind of a throwaway pick, I wouldn't say a throwaway pick, but a pick that they need, that Tubarao is coming out, that should surely help them deny time for Outlast. But as I said before, I just don't think it's necessarily enough. I don't think Outlast, their overall strats and how they're playing right now, is a good contrast to Osiris. You can say, oh, yeah, Osiris, they got two pro league players. Of course, they're going to, completely wipe Outlast, but it still does come down to those overall strats. If Outlast had good counter strats to how Osiris play and how the players play, they would be able to put more rounds up. But as we saw before, it looks like we're going to be going to cams as we wait for this tech pause. But as I was saying, they denied only a minute 30. Actually, a minute 50. And by the time the clock went down to a minute 30, not only did they have full map control, Outlast gave them that hatches. That was a part of their plan. That was planned from Outlast, and that just goes to show the overall strats that Outlast is coming is just completely being countered. And it's not only the players that are countering just how the playstyle, the level. It's the overall strats, the overall play styles that we're seeing from both teams.
Oh yeah, 100%. But we're also seeing that they're unable to just like contain these players from Osiris. Usually you see teams, you find somebody that's out of position. You take that player and you put them in a box. You put two players to try and pinch him. So if one of them dies, there's going to be somebody there to at least trade that player out. But you're not seeing that coordination right now with Outlast.
I mean, yeah, not only are we seeing that on attack, they had Zonky in open area with Legion just completely alone. No support. Yeah. He's being pinched by not only three players, but the whole entire team. He had one player in stock. He had two players coming down main, and then he had one player in drone. Outlast, their overall strategy right now just is not working. It's not, the overall contrast, of levels of play, T1, T3, I guess you could say a mixture of T2 also. It's just the strats that are bringing out from Outlast are just completely favoring Osiris. Osiris are just eating up. It's barbecue chicken for Osiris right now. I mean, in Outlast, if they don't change up how their play style and how they're playing overall quickly, Osiris is going to run away with this map in the next two rounds.
100%. If you're looking at this from Outlast's perspective, this is your map. You were super confident of coming here. You felt that you would be able to beat Osiris on it, but you're not doing what you really need to. You're bunkering in a site that you could bunker on, but you're not wasting the time that you need to waste against a team like Osiris. They're very attacker heavy. They are great on the attack, Osiris is. But if you don't waste time, well, if you waste their time while they're on the attack, they get a little flustered. They tend to panic somewhat because they want to push. They want to be super aggressive, and they don't know what to do if you get that entry pick. You get that first pick onto them. They lock up sometimes. So if you're Outlast, you want to play aggressive, get that pick, and then fall back after you get that pick because you'll be up 5-4, and they won't be able to do anything. They'll freeze up a little bit and second guess what they're doing. But you're not seeing that here from Outlast, and they're just bunkering. They're just hiding, waiting for them to come to them.
And I mean, honestly, what we've been seeing so far from this round, Osiris wasting a little bit of time, actually not even seeing Spirits, not seeing the player behind him, taking a little bit of damage, and just as you were talking about, Outlast making Osiris very uncomfortable. As we can see, Spirits having no drone, he's not aware if there's a player or not upstairs. While there is a player, he's not going to be in offices, rather he's going to be an elevator. And right now, it doesn't look like they're very aware of this player. Zonky overswinging a little bit, trying to find a player, getting shot up, but because he was shot and identified Adam, that is a free pick, and Zonky now down. That is now your Tubarao down. You're probably your most intense and your most important player down, but Yuv trading it onto Sneeze. That is now your IQ gun. That is, a rather good pick. Yuv taking damage, Adam finishing him off, getting his double kill and his second kill in this round. But Austin trading back, making it a 3v3.
This is what Outlast has needed to do. There's 50 seconds left, but they're just still, Osiris is still crunching down on that site. They're putting Outlast in positions they need to. They're putting them in odd positions, and they know where he is. That's you can get that kill from the hatch, shooting him through a wall. You know where he is. That is the freest kill of his life. But he's unable to shoot. He doesn't know. He sees his foot. He gets it down onto Austin. And now it's a 3v2 with 30 seconds left. A player sitting in kitchen. Nobody watching the hatch drop. Rai playing by the printers. But man, there's 20 seconds. What is Osiris's plan here? Are they just going to drop hatch with two people watching it as of right now? There's a nitro cell from Rai. He's able to. It is a 2v2. The nitro cell is going to go massive here for Rai if he throws it, and that's going to kill the planner. It is a 1v2, and Rai is able to close it out for Outlast. Osiris. Hey, they made Osiris second guess what they wanted to do. That is perfect. That is amazing. But Osiris, at that point, it's a 3v2. Stick together. Yeah, Cole, you sent somebody to window to hold the cross. But if you had another gun up there and he didn't just sit there peeking it, that was your round.
Oh, I most certainly agree. But Outlast changing up their playstyle, we have not seen a defensive round like that ever. We saw one player light up Spirits as he was swinging in, but instead of continuing to push and trying to overaggress and get that pick, they actually fell off. And what that did was give Osiris phantom roam pressure. They weren't aware they had no drones on that top office. While that wasn't, due to Outlast, they didn't have that solace. They weren't denying drones. It just was Osiris not droning. To a sense, that was because Osiris was just not doing their due diligence. But still, Outlast doing a great job of just having that player upstairs in elevator and just applying phantom pressure. Osiris not aware if anybody was upstairs in office, and because of that, that wasted enough time. And eventually, as I said initially, Outlast, what they needed to do was waste time and force Osiris into a very awkward post-plant position or a plant position, and that's what they did. They had only two players drop down onto hatch and one on window holding that crossfire, but because that window player died, C4 went out. It was an easy round for Outlast. And now Outlast, I didn't honestly think they'd get to a 5-3. They could bring it to 5-4, maybe even 5-5. But Osiris definitely going to change up how they're playing, as we can see them bringing out that Amaru.
Yeah, the Amaru looking to get aggressive here, going through archives, making his way into tellers. He knows there's a rotate, but the shot's coming out. He doesn't know there's a player to his left, and he's took out by Vipoa. What are they doing? But Vipoa's traded out immediately by Sneeze. But wow, wait, Zonky, it's a 2v4. Rai gets another. Wow, that is. Oh, wow, that's a lot of kills in a short period of time. That is 4 kills in 40 seconds. and they all came in super quick succession. Outlast doing what they need to put Osiris on their back foot. Questionable play, but very questionable play there from Osiris. I don't know why you bring the Mario out with the supernova. Uh, I, yeah, but minute 40 left, still winnable for Twist and Sentier, but they have to find a pick somewhere.
Yeah, and Twist just being allowed to just walk into sight. But as I say that, Yuv finding him, like, was he on shield? Did Twist not see him on shield? I'm very confused about that play. But with a minute 20 left, it is a 1v4 in Osiris. The problem that we saw last round of them not doing that work on the droning, clearing out those roamers, punishes them yet again. And because of that, Osiris is about to actually close the game, or Outlast rather, 5-4, but 1v3, Sentier trying to just scrape up as many kills as he can. But with his elevator position, not only can he go back up, but he can only go through that door, and surely two players on the side of Outlast are holding a cross position. And yes, both Yuv and Zonky, or Austin rather, are holding cross positions, but it doesn't matter. Sentier comes out, but it's Austin to shut it down. Osiris bringing it back close, or Outlast bringing it back close, making it 5-4. Osiris now somewhat on the back foot after losing 2 rounds in a row.
Let's talk about the drone economy for Osiris these past 3 rounds. Well, the past 2 rounds at least. In the past 2 rounds, they have only had 3 drones left on their executes. Not good. Not great. That is abysmal. You want to keep at least 5 or 6 drones alive, and you want at least one player to still be alive that can operate as drones. But they're not using the info. If you saw that when the last player was live, every single player was watching them. Nobody was on drone. Nobody was watching. Nobody was looking at the cameras to see if anybody was coming up from behind them. And this is just me assuming they have flank drones to make sure nobody's flanking them. But if you're Outlast here, you are seeing that they are lacking the intel that they need to properly clear roamers out. They're being very lenient with their drones. And as you see, there's already 3 gone during prep phase. So they only have 7 drones left, and the round is just starting.
You still do have that Dokkaebi on the side of Adam. Speaking of Adam, he is probably the best player. I mean, he's without doubt the best player. He's going 13-5 currently. The top fragger, not only for Osiris, but just in the whole entire lobby. He is that player. But that is not what we want to look at. We want to actually look at Dokkaebi, the operator he's playing. And the operator he's playing is going to give Osiris a lot more intel. Intel that they previously did not have. And speaking of intel, they have found a player in sight, and they were going to relay that information to Spirits, hoping he can, just kind of surprise this player and get a one-off pick. And if Outlast aren't ready with that smoke going out, it actually looks like we're going to be seeing a rush. But he just goes into a castle hallway. But it doesn't matter. He actually trades with Rai, both players being killed. Not much resulting of that aside from clearing out that defender. But now we actually have Billy going in for the plant, but it doesn't matter. Yuv shuts it down, and Outlast in a 4v3 and yet another man deficit.
See, what is that play there? Why? Like, you have Sophia on the rappel. Can you not tell that is completely castled up? Like, now it's a 2v4, minute 30 left. Juve is going massive. They know somebody is in stock, but he's unable to get the kill onto Vapora. Vapora looking to close this round out on the kill to Adam, and that cleans it up, bringing it to a tie ball game here. At this point, it's a reset. You got 0-0. You just got to win 2 rounds if you're Outlast. You just have to close it out here if you're them. You notice Osiris is just absolutely abysmal right now. They are not there. They're not playing like they should. They're doing stupid things. They're trolling themselves out of this match.
They're just trolling. They're not even trying right now. Like, I'm going to be honest. Right now in this situation, Osiris just is not doing enough. They're not doing their basics. They're not laying out the ground. As you can see, they just didn't drone sight, and because of that, Spears just repel, or I guess you could say launches himself in with that Amaru gun, into just a hallway, which is basically the back rooms with the castle barricade. I mean, usually one of those windows is open. I don't think Spirits suspected that, but Outlast, I will say, I don't want to take too much away from them. But my question is, right now, Osiris is giving them a lot of picks. They're not droning, they're just rushing site. They're giving Outlast a lot of free control and a lot of free picks, and Outlast is picking up and doing a lot with it. But my question is, if Osiris do so choose to start or stop giving Outlast these picks, this map control, will Outlast be able to actually take it from Osiris? The rounds before, when they were on attack, Outlast having a lot of trouble taking map control and taking picks from Osiris. While you are on defense, that surely is helping Outlast. Osiris is just giving so much to Outlast, and my question is, when Osiris on attack chooses to not give Outlast a lot, what will they do?
We see Outlast holding a position in elevator as of right now. It's been a very well. Let's just put it this way: Osiris just didn't yeet themselves into the building this round, so they're doing the drone work. They have 8 drones this time. They're using the Dokkaebi calls to see where these players are putting themselves. But there's another entry for Outlast. Onto Spirits, who just repelled in, and now there's somebody sitting in conference. Sneeze. Sneeze is getting droned in. He hears the drone, but Austin just decides to shoot the drone instead of keep the gun up, and Adam is able to get a kill onto the player on Marble. Now it's just Zonky stuck in elevator. They know he's there. But Adam gets down by You've. Where did You've walked up square stairs? Zonky's able to get the kill onto Sneeze. It is a 2v3. And Twist, they know Twist is in Tellers right now. They know he's by the printer. They heard the Legion go off. You've looking to hold this player. Twist gets the kill on Devipo. It is a 2v2, but Twist just runs across. He's stuck in this corner now as You've is able to get the kill. It's a 1v2, minute 20 left. Sintier is all by himself. He's on the hatch, but he's able to watch this rotate. He hears the super shorty opening up the wall. They know where he is as of right now. They do not know what he's going to do, but he decides to drop, and he drops into the crossfire of Zonky and you, and that is match point for Outlast. No timeout come out from Osiris just yet, but you would think there's one coming. That is 5 rounds in a row for Outlast.
My question I asked earlier, if Osiris stops giving up free picks in map control to Outlast, will Outlast be able to take it from the hands of Osiris? And my question has been answered. That round, Osiris was doing their due diligence. They were droning. They were making sure they had a drone in the entry player. We saw on the side of Spirits, Spirits was being droned into meeting and got that pick, but it doesn't matter. Outlast still in that round, even with Osiris not trolling and actually trying to win the round. Outlast took that round, but they have only won 4 rounds. On the previous half, Osiris winning 4-2. It is still possible for Osiris to win 2-4, just like Outlast did on their attacking half. I do think we're going to see overtime, especially on the basement site, which both rounds Outlast just did not play well whatsoever. I believe, I wouldn't say it's necessarily just how they play. I just think Osiris just are really comfortable with this site, especially if they leave these hatches open like they did before. Zonky closing those hatches is going to make it just even a little bit more difficult for Osiris to clear it out. And honestly, Outlast, they could run away with the map here, but Osiris, I do think they have a good chance to send us into overtime.
Yeah, that was the 4-2 first half. But wait, now that I think about it, is this 6 rounds in a row for Outlast? Because they won the last 2 rounds of their attacking half.
Yeah.
This would be 5. This would be 5 rounds in a row because Osiris won their first attacking round.
Correct.
But still, that is not good for Osiris. As Sneeze looks to get aggressive on the player, Tart Marble, the drone spots him out. Spirits sitting on the windows. He wants to get aggressive here, but You've decides to just fall back. And hey, 2 minutes left, and all the players have dropped back down to site. If you are Osiris here, you are happy. Wait, You've still sitting on mid marble. Vipoa is still sitting on mid marble, but he decides to fall back. Zonky's able to get the kill. Vipoa looking to get aggressive on to Adam, but he decides to fall back as he sees that Ace rushing him down marble, and it's a 4v5. This is Outlast. You're happy with this. You can give them space now. You can let them do what they want. You have a man count, and you just have to be patient and let them put themselves in bad positions. You have the plant denial. You have nitro cells. You have the echo. Patience. Hold angles, and you've got this round. As a minute and 15 is left, they're just stalling Osiris out as of now, and this could be their round.
Osiris do still have 4 drones left, while Sneeze is down. What looked like actually a really good start for Osiris turned into a really good start for Outlast. We see this player trying to creep up on the side of Adam, going 14-7, trying to take out this player. He shoots him, shooting up, just damaging Rai, not able to find him. He knows exactly where this player, another player from on the side of Outlast, coming over to help support Rai and make Osiris and Adam this clear just even more competitive and even more impossible. And because of that, Adam is now downed. Rai getting him. That leaves Osiris in a 3v5 with just 30 seconds left. They're going to have to go for a Hail Mary here with that Echo drone. It surely should be an easy denial. Billy putting the bomb down, but I don't see any Echo. I don't see any drones. I don't see anybody swinging, and the bomb goes down in a 3v5. How do you let that happen, Outlast? You have Echo. You have Amira by Poa getting yet another C4 kill onto Spirits, leaving Osiris in a 2v4 now with Billy Bob Center getting a pick onto Austin. You have a drone on the actual bomb. You'll be able to swing it. And yes, Twitz swings it and puts Osiris into a 2v3 position with 19 seconds left. But it's actually a 1v3. Billy Bob getting yet another kill. Donkey on the defuse. It is all up to Rai. But no, Billy Bob running, kills Yagi with 7 seconds left. Rai's gonna have no time, and Billy Bob gets the last kill and sends Osiris into overtime. What looked like an Osiris round, or an Outlast round. Osiris rips it away and sends us into overtime.
Why does Zonky not? You clearly hear the player drop red hatch. 100% you hear him drop red. You know you have time to hop off diffuser and aggress that player because he's going to be running at you full sprint, trying to get you off the plant. Why do you stick it? You're in that situation. Also, why are you running up blue that late in the round? You can just watch the hatch, assuming he is going to peek the hatch again and try to shoot the person defusing. Questionable play there from Outlast, but they are on the defense, so they don't have the momentum they did, but they still are on the side. I mean, on the side that they were preferring.
Oh yeah, this is most definitely the favored site. And Outlast, essentially, if they don't win these next 2 rounds, or maybe they could just lose these next 2 rounds, but if they do go to full maximum overtime and we play all the rounds, Outlast will play 2 defensive rounds out of the 3 overtime rounds. Zonky bringing out that Tubarao yet again, such an essential player. Not only is such an essential player, but an essential operator. He's going to be able to deny that wall from the ace, or yeah, we only have an ace, and honestly, I wouldn't say that's questionable, but it's going to be a lot harder for Osiris to get that wall because, if you go on that window repel, those ace charges will not reach that wall. Habana is the only player that's going to be able to get that wall from outside the map on Windows, so that ace player is going to actually have to go inside of the map, rather below, probably in offices, in order to get that wall. Sneeze going 4-8, not having the game he essentially wanted. Spirits also being somewhat shut down, going now at 9-9, but Osiris saving themselves, giving themselves yet another chance in arguably one of the more attacker-favored sites, you could say, in Adam just continuing to be that player, gets the first pick on a Bipo. That is now your Azami gun. Not only is that the player on the side of Outlast going 13-9, but that's so much utility that charges over time now gone. There's a minute into the round, that operator is gone. He's not going to be able to recharge that. Rai refrags, but actually gets Adam. That is a great pick. That is your main fragger for Osiris and your primary intel operator now gone.
Here's the thing here. Oh, Billy. Oh, he's unable to see the player here because there is the bookshelf in the way. But are they about to send Adam up stock hatch? I mean, Spirits up stock hatch. And that looks like the play. That looks like exactly what they're about to do. And that's so questionable for me as Austin gets killed into Sneeze. You know somebody's alone. He should be able to hear him crouch. The blind comes out, Spirits repels up, but he doesn't see Rai to his right. But you've just took it out, and Rai's traded by Billy Bob. It is a 2v2 with a minute 15 left. And if you're Outlast here, you are sweating bullets. These are the players you don't want to go up against, as you are Austin, super low health. But the health match is still one close. All it takes is one shot here from Austin to kill Twist. But Twist holding a long angle, just not playing with Sentier. They're both watching the wall, hoping that they just try to walk through. And they decide to reposition. Twist walking down hallway, wanting to get in conference, but he doesn't know Austin is sitting there watching. Austin turns away, gets killed still. It is a 1v2, 30 seconds left. And that is match point again, overtime match point for Outlast as Austin goes massive there for his team to close out the round with a triple.
This is not the game that we both initially thought. I don't think anybody thought we were going to overtime match point with Outlast on match point. Now, Osiris is on defense. Surely they'll be able to take this round and push us over to 7-7. But the problem that comes up for Osiris, even if they do win this round, is they still have to win attack. That attacking side coming back to strike them in the back, they need to win only one attacking round if they want to win this first map. While it isn't your map pick, you are definitely not the underdog if you're Osiris. Outlast coming out on top, not only because it's such a defender side map, I'm not going to give Osiris that. Outlast coming, changing up how they're overall playing and their overall play style, and because of that, they've been rewarded. They have just completely turned this map around. Players like Zonky, which were initially going 3-6, are now going 6-7. Outlast just completely turning this map around, playing a completely different game than we saw in the first half.
Yeah, they've switched it up completely. And now we get to see if they've changed up their attack style. They're attacking basement. They are bringing out the Grim. They have basically the same exact comp they have been using to attack the site. So I don't see any relative changes on their ability. They expect Twist in stock this time. So they have somebody watching it, opening up those windows for their teammates so they do not just get slaughtered whenever they try to open up that door.
This is a very powerful position from Twist. It's going to be up to him to win his gunfight. But if he loses that, not only is that going to be the first pick for Outlast, but that's going to be a lot of map control. And actually, it looks like we have a defender in basement. It looks like he's might try to rotate upstairs and actually Twist to drop, realizing that he's being pressured a little bit too much, not trying to take that, 1v3, 1v2 situation, going now downstairs, back to site more. And honestly, a great start from Osiris. About a minute 50, almost a minute 30 by the time Outlast actually starts to get back into this map. And we're seeing this zombie angle come out yet again. I just really love it. And honestly, we haven't seen Outlast challenge it so much. But so far, Outlast wasting a lot of their own time, not taking a whole lot of map control or even getting a pick with half the round now gone.
If you are Outlast here, you may want to change up the way you attack this site. You may hit it from the back so you can just completely avoid blue stairs. But at the same time, you don't know where they're all set up. You more than likely expect somebody garage, somebody's blue stairs, but you don't know where the other three players are sitting as right now. You're not you have the drone count, you're just not droning it as of right now. You're taking the space you need to. Twist looking to get aggressive on marble stairs. The drone spots him out. Then Twist decides to rotate back. But I did not notice this at first, but they have a mirror watching bottom marble. A mirror window watching bottom marble. So that may be making them second guess themselves of pushing that area as we see Zonky walking into garage. He's more than likely going to take an engagement on Sneeze, who is also sitting in garage.
With 30 seconds left, Outlast not really being pushed back by actual operators, but rather the phantom pressure. And with a 5v5 and 30 seconds left, you're going to have to hit the bomb site probably the hardest it is. And with that mirror open, Billy Bob gets the first opening pick onto Austin, looking for the second. He does, and it's Twist to actually get the third. Vipo drops down, gets one pick, gets two picks onto Adam and Sens, but it's not enough. Vipo getting the trade, but losing his life. All up to Zonky in a 1v1 without Defuse. Where's Defuser? They don't have Defuser, and
Oh
Zonky
no.
unable to win the round. It could have been
Defuse.
possible if they had Defuser, but they didn't. And now we're going to maximum overtime match point with Osiris looking to win this map. But in order to, they're going to need to win the attack.
That was about very bad for Osiris there. But luckily, when they killed the player on Vault Hatch, he dropped diffuser upstairs. Oh, that helped a little bit secure the round, but that was a very sloppy situation there from Osiris in that 2v5, but also very, very sloppy attack from Outlast.
Vipo just honestly saved them that round. If Vipo didn't drop and get those, I believe it was 3 kills, they would not have had a chance. Zonky in that 1v1, and then they just lost Defuse. With 30 seconds left in a 5v5 man count, you have to push site. You have to rush. You have to put all your cards into place with only 30 seconds left. And I wouldn't say it's common, but it does sometimes happen. With all that happening, with all that going through your mind, every player on a different kind of page, you're having some players on the side of Outlast, as you saw Vipo dropping down, making a power play. That Defuser is going to be dropped. It happens sometimes. It's very unlucky. It's a misplay. It most definitely was not on purpose. But for our last site, our last round on Bank, we are going to be going to open area and kitchen.
And so far, this is the site that they were able to win, but it came off a clutch from Rai, really, getting those last 3 kills in the round for his team because they decided just not to push together and drop hatch. And the Nitro Cell was the saving grace. But let's see if they're able to switch it up a little bit, get a more convincing round win, and secure their map pick. But either way, whoever wins this round wins the match. And we see Adam already working his way into square as there's 2 minutes left on the clock, 2 minutes and 10 left on the clock, and he's there. They're already in the map. That is something Outlast did not do last round as well.
Osiris not being contested whatsoever in a minute into the round. Osiris is rewarded with this map control taken basically for free. No drones being needed to be used, no defenders pushing them back or even contesting them. You have Vipo trying to get rid of this Brava. That honestly, I really love that Brava play from Spirits. While he is 9 and 10, he's going to be doing a lot being able to take over those Maestro cams. While it won't really necessarily do a whole lot to the defense, it's going to actually take away a lot of intel and a lot of firepower from the defense. But with a minute 20 left, it looks like, just like last round, we're going to be seeing the attack hitting site in a 5v5 because honestly, there's not a whole lot of roaming presence from Outlast. It looks like aside from Tellers, Outlast has fallen back to the site, given map control to Osiris. I wonder if this was on purpose or if they're just trying to play more safe.
More than likely playing it safe here, but as well, if you're giving it's going to be another 5v5 execute. It looks like they're going to have to hit site with 5 defenders up. That means it's going to be a 4v5 gunfight when you're trying to get bombed down. More than likely, Sneeze looking to work down Marble, but Spirit still having 1 Brava drone up at least, trying to get that util. He knows where the Valkyrie is. He is pinging him out for his teammates to get the kill, more than likely, but they're not capitalizing off of it. And that is a nasty zombie setup as Zonky's able to get traded out with his Nitro Cell. It is a 4v4 with 30 seconds left. They're going to have to drop hatch, and Vuve is able to get one. It's 20 seconds left, 3v4. Twist knows to... Ooh, that was about bad. He almost lost his life to Austin, but he sees him rotate through the hatch. It's a 2v2. Twist runs in. 10 seconds left. Twist gets another. It's a 2v1. Plant going down. Vapoa last alive. He knows one's on the wall, but Twist is able to win it out for his team, and that is the round and match for Osiris. Very, very questionable there play from Outlast. but questionable from both teams. Very good match though all around as Adam and Papoa just play magnificently against each other. One with 16, but both of them with 16 kills in the
Oh,
match.
yeah. Osiris, 2 games in a row going to match overtime match point. This time they won it, but it's not going to be over. It's not going to be all that they need. They're going to have one map potentially. If they lose it, they'll have another one, but a very sloppy map for them. If they want to win this and win it definitively, they're going to have to retake, rethink, and reassess going into Chalet.
And they're gonna have to close it out here as we're going to be going to a break real quick, and we will be back to the action.
welcome back to the XGS qualifier in our lower bracket final. If you weren't here for the last map, Osiris took it 8-7 against Outlast on Bank. Definitely a banger of a match. Going into our second map, Chalet. I'm very excited. What do you think, Newcastle?
Hey, I'm ready for this. I'm hoping we get a map 3, but hey man, Osiris is solid. This is their map pick. They may close it out here. We're going to Chalet. We're getting to see what these teams are cooking up a little bit. They had a 4-minute break to talk about what they need to try and figure out where they messed up and talk as a team. But first operator being banned out, here is the Blitz. Very interesting operator choice to be banned. But Osiris may have seen something that we have not seen, may have thought of something. And the next attacker being banned by Outlast will be
Ying.
Oh no, Ying. Osiris bans Ying and Outlast bans Blitz. Interesting. But actually, no, speaking of which, Osiris did run Blitz quite a bit in their last match today. But hey, Outlast, they may know something else that we don't, and Osiris bans out Finra. Strong operator, and we're probably gonna be seeing a Solus or a Zami ban. What do you think here?
I could see an Azami ban, definitely. It is Outlast banning, but no, it's Solus. Yeah, I mean, it's just a power operator you need to ban. Fenrir also being banned. I don't think Fenrir is a strategical ban. It's more of like one of those operators like, I hate playing against him. Let's just get him out. I don't want to deal with him. A lot of the time, that is what some bans are for teams, especially in these lower tier, T3 teams. You have players, they don't necessarily have, okay, we're going to ban this operator. This is going to go help us our plan all the way into overtime match point. No, they just sometimes will ban operators that are just very difficult to deal with. Fenrir being one of them, especially if you're trying to attack or plant a bomb with 30 seconds left, 45, whether it be, a very low timer, having that Fenrir still up, I wouldn't necessarily say it makes it impossible, but it's just a headache. But Outlast starting on the defense, going to Kitchen, I wouldn't say it's very uncommon, but not the site you see a lot of players go first. Usually, you'll see, maybe a bar or a master bedroom teams will bring out first, but Outlast, trying to mix things up, continuing the theme of trying to make Osiris uncomfortable because that's exactly what they did and how they got themselves to overtime last map.
Yeah, that's their goal here. If you make Osiris uncomfortable on their attacks, that's your goal to success. That's the key. That's what you want because they freeze up. They stop doing what they want to do and kind of panic. But we get to see what they do here, see if Outlast is able to make Osiris panic, which would be spot on. But this is going to be an interesting take here coming. Well, this will be an interesting take coming out from Osiris because they're attacking Kitchen and Dining, a site that is notoriously known for being super defender sided. And the main 3 defender sided sites on this master bedroom is not there anymore. It's bar and games, kitchen dining, and basement. So I'm ready to see what Outlast brings out here as well. With 2 minutes left in the round, they're finally starting to take some space, droning everything out. Very good drone spot here coming out from them. With taking out all the util on the windows as he should. But fairly slow so far.
Outlast having a very heavy presence on the upstairs hold in Rome, but Osiris, curiously enough, are actually Rome clearing, trying to take control and get rid of utility from below. That is very curious. You do see Sneeze, using that ash, getting rid of, the utility, getting rid of that castle barricade upstairs. Smoke pushing Osiris off, but so far Osiris not necessarily finding out how they want to assess and attack this round. And with half the round gone, Osiris, I wouldn't say they're necessarily struggling, but they've not found their footing in this round. Outlast still holding this heavy presence upstairs. All players from the side of Osiris still outside of the map, unable to contest or really, swing any players on the side of Outlast. This player in closet, as I said, was about to hold that angle. It doesn't matter because Rai is swung by Sentir. Sentir getting the very first kill, and that enables Osiris to take this top floor control.
50 seconds left on the round, though. 5v4. And Osiris is going to get picked by you. It's a 4v4 now. And upstairs control. The repel lane coming out. Zonky's able to get a kill onto Adam. He knows one's in bathroom. Spirits gets a kill. The trades coming out left and right. 2 players still upstairs for the defense. As he has to fall off. He has to go to top solar and grab the diffuser and more than likely rotate back down. But Zonky's watching the cross. He's able to get through. 3v2. Zonky just holding that space. And they have no sight. They have full sight control, but no upstairs control. Bomb goes down. It's a double kill for you. 10 seconds left. Spirits knows somebody's on the hatch. Spirits gets wanted. 7 seconds left. He does not have time to plant. If he sticks to plant, it is round 4. Yeah, he gets off the plant, and that's just round for Outlast here, as they were just able to close it out. Osiris leaving bomb upstairs, leaving the attacker, leaving their teammate that had diffuser by himself. He gets picked, and they have to fall back and get it. And that's just, they lost 2 more bodies trying to get it.
Osiris just not dealing with the big question, the big problem in that round, and that's the top floor control. They didn't necessarily understand how they wanted to approach it, and with half the round gone, they had no choice but to actually just, swing and hope they got picks. And because of that, because they wasted so much of their own time pushing below, droning out, and not necessarily getting any viable map control that would result them in a round win, because all of the players were upstairs, and that is probably one of the most dire holds in this game. There are a lot of sites where you have dire holds. With basement, blue is very dire, but it's not needed. But for kitchen, if Outlast or any defensive team has top floor control on kitchen, with it doesn't matter how many players you have, it doesn't matter if bomb is down, it is such an easy round win for the defense. And because Osiris didn't address that early enough, they wasted too much of their time, and they didn't clear those players out, which resulted in an Outlast win.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Osiris as you bring that up. But we do see Outlast going to basement. And, hey, man, I see a Ram on the board. And Ram can just throw those bad boys in, and, hey, that soft floor is completely gone. And that clears up a bunch of positions and makes it harder for the defenders to sit on site. As very interesting Goyo placement. Okay,
Yeah,
questionable. But Adam is able to get the kill on the Zonky, who's just standing in the middle of sight watching the Mav holes. I guess he was expecting Zonky to be on the rappel. Twist gets a kill on the Austin. And that's 2 kills already. Rai has to get aggressive here, knowing that somebody is by theirself upstairs. Rai working into Fireplace. Shots coming out from Twist, and he just has to fall back.
Yeah, these players from Osiris just wedging them their way through the defensive hold from Outlast. As we can see, Twist is ready, or what I thought he was ready. He was not ready for the second swing from Vipoa, but now Osiris in a 4-2 lead, but doesn't matter because Rai gets a player that is upstairs. I'm not sure if Osiris is aware of this, but Bomb is downstairs. The site is downstairs. You don't necessarily really need to contest Rai. We're going to have 2 players from Osiris trying to swing this, and because of that, they have a crossfire, which enables them to just completely shut down that player. They now know where Vipoa is, and that is the first round for Osiris. A very clean-cut win for Osiris. Not too many problems aside from, pushing that one player upstairs. That was a player from one, or a mistake from one player, rather. So, Osiris fixing their mistakes, addressing the roam first. 30 seconds to the minute, and because of that, they were resulted in a very quick and swift round win.
That could have been very, very bad for Osiris there, because all it took was Rai to get 1 kill. And Fuser's down upstairs. But luckily, Osiris were able to get the pick that they needed onto Rai and put it in a 3v1, and they used their ram holes to get the kill onto that Azabi.
Ram is a very essential player, not only just in the current meta, especially with a very defender-sided, sneeze, lags out. That is really unlucky. I'm not sure of the rules. I'm not sure if we're going to get a rehost. We may or not. It looks like we're going to be playing it out. But continuing forward, Sneeze wasn't, too detrimental to the overall, attack. And Osiris currently at least not having that good of a game last map. Um, but Osiris looking like they're going to be taking the 4v5, I guess. I mean, all chat, everybody's just confused. Nobody knows what's going on. But for the first time this map,
Amen.
for the first time this match, we're going to be seeing Bar Gaming for Outlast's third defensive round. Osiris in a man deficit, a 4v5, are looking to fight up against the odds to potentially take their second round. And with players like Maverick, players like that Buck, you're surely going to be able to clear these soft and hard walls, get map control. But that one player down, that may be a tough job they may not be able to deal with.
Hey man, I don't know what they're talking about in chat, but that's interesting. But as you said, they're already at a man disadvantage, but it looks like they want to directly just hit sight as they already are in fireplace, sitting in garden area, and Adam gets the kill to even it out on Rai. That's a 4v4 now. They know somebody's sitting top fireplace. Spirits just walks in, gets took out by the player on the hatch of Vipoa, and now they're down at disadvantage again. They're not clearing upstairs, and I don't know why. Like, cool, you're down a man. If you're just going to hit sight, hit it fast. Don't take your time. And they're wasting way too much time trying to clear everything out.
Just sending one player necessarily didn't work. They tried that fast roam or fast clear, but it's Yuv with the fast swing to on to Adam, and now Osiris halfway into the round find themselves in a 2v4, a two-man deficit. Outlast looking like they're going to take this round. It's definitely very possible. You have Twist, you have Center, two very good players. Sen's finally returning. The minute left, it looks like they're just going to give themselves some time, their team, some time to talk it over. Doesn't look like Outlast is going to lose this round if they overthrow. But Billy Bob, Twist, they're just not overthrowing. They're just holding angles. They're not even trying to push. They're not even trying to get a pick. And with this player on the side of Yub not even being flashed, but it doesn't matter. He kills him through the he killed him through the drone hole. That is a crazy pick, but it doesn't matter because Vipoa gets a double kill. And Center jumps in, gets a second. He is hit with that lesion. He does have time. He does also have bomb, but Vipoa on the site or on above. Billy Bob going to be looking to plant. Vipoa actually falling off. They're not able to find Center, but it actually does. It's Vipoa to find him, shutting him down, and getting Outlast their second defensive win.
That was almost very bad for Outlast there. They were not able to find the person planning. And it went from a 4v2 to a 1v2. But pause comes out here. Oh, never mind. They're good. No pause. But yeah, Osiris, yeah, they almost won the round. They were down 4v5 at the beginning of it because the player DC'd. But if, like I said, if you're going to hit a site, if you want to hit it fast and just sit there, you got to hit site as quick as possible with R4 people because you're just giving the defense way too much time to respond to that.
Outlast not even necessarily bringing anything out crazy, as you saw when that first player on the side of Cyrus pushing its site, eventually dying to hatch. They didn't have head holes on the left side of bar wall. Sometimes people put a rotate there, but it was just completely soft. There was no vert, or not vert rather, but there's no soft destruction there whatsoever. But because 3 rounds have been played, Outlast will now be able to go back down to the first site. They played and won on Kitchen. Osiris bringing out that Grim, bringing the Buck, bringing a lot of soft utility, soft breach, being able to get these soft walls, being able to get these soft ceilings open. Surely they'll be able to actually push and actually take control of top floor this time around.
Yeah, hopefully they will, as we see Twist already working into Big Garage. And hopefully, as you said, hopefully they are able to get this round, but they've been playing too passive somewhat. The defense here on Kitchen, this is the site they won because of mismatch plays upstairs and them dropping Diffuser because they wanted to send him in by himself. But Rai is sitting on trophy stairs. just hoping somebody overextends and swings us into this window, and that's just a free kill for him. It looks like the drone did not spot him, but they more than likely know he's in that position because here comes another drone. They're gonna spot him with this one more than likely, or
I
not.
do. That
Okay, the
Grim.
Grim,
Okay, there we go.
definitely
That
spots them.
the Grim coming out, finally spotting him. And after a minute clearing basement, they do identify that basement is clear. Osiris now switching, going for that top floor control. But with that Grim and those two players on, actually, I don't think Rai's being detected here. Yeah, no, he's not been detected here. I don't know if the Grim's bugged or something, but it doesn't matter because Rai gets the first pick onto Spirits. But Centaur refrags, kills Rai. That is now Solarium Stairs control all up to Osiris, but it doesn't matter. You still have two players on the side of his Outlast holding the exact same position they did before. Bipoa, even upstairs on top Mez, Osiris still have a problem on the top floor that they need to deal with. That problem being three players on the side of Osiris. Zonky, well, he is low in health. They have very strong angles to hold, and right now Osiris don't really have a way to even counter it. But as I say that, Centaur roaming up, creeping up, just trying to find a player. Zonky falling off its twist to find another pick onto Austin, making it a 4v3 with 40 seconds left. It looks like they think they have map control, but there's still two players upstairs in master bedroom.
You've doesn't know somebody's sitting in solar. Or is he by the couch? That's the question. But Poe taking some damage, plant going down by Sneeze. He's planting it in kitchen. Oh, Zonky gets it down, but they are unable to stop the plant. It's a 2v3 though. But Poe is able to get one. I mean, you've and Zonky able to get two. 18 seconds, plant has not gone down. 15 seconds. Adam running into kitchen. Twist goes down by Youth. It's one player left. All up to Adam, and that is going to be round. Vapoa closing it out, and Outlast bringing it to a 3-1. That round was just, hey, they hit sight. They just didn't take upstairs control like they needed, so the Fuser was killed.
Osiris thinking they can just get away with these easy rounds, and they're not being given it. Again, we've been saying it over and over. It is a very defensive-sided meta right now, and we are on Bank, or not Bank, but Chalet. Outlast is defending, so obviously they're going to be the more favored team to win these rounds, but that doesn't take away from Osiris not clearing upstairs. Sure, they got control of Master and Bathroom and Piano, but they never actually cleared Office, which is the main room you need to clear. That is the room that has the vertical onto actual dining, where a majority of plants do go down, and that is the room where Osiris tried to attempt it to a plant that round, but it didn't work because they didn't clear the vertical above. They're just not getting this map control they need. They're doing the exact same thing over and over. And Outlast, bringing the exact same strat somehow completely that we saw in the first round, Outlast not even really changing anything up. Osiris just not adapting whatsoever. That was probably one of the easiest rounds Osiris had to adapt, and they just chose not to. They just chose, okay, you know what? Let's just do the same thing. Let's hope it works this time. Let's hope they play into our strat, play into our overall, attack. But it just didn't work, and because of that, Osiris are not even trying to take anything away from Outlast. Outlast not giving Osiris anything.
Yeah, that is the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over. But they're going to switch it up here, and they bring a glass this time. Very interesting to see what they do here. Is Nade comes out, destroys the Cade Claw. He's able to get the wall. Oh, never mind. The Tuberal is able to destroy it, and the impact from... Did somebody throw an impact? No, nobody threw an impact. That was just a glass nade. And there's the impact. And they only have one exothermic now. They may not be able to get this wall. If another impact comes out, they still have 3 more.
Yeah, no pocket canisters or pocket can openers for the side of Osiris. So if they can't get this wall open here, that's going to be it. That's going to be all of the hard breach gone. Austin not having any of his actual Cade Claws left, but it doesn't matter because Austin takes the first pick onto Adam. Sneeze trying to run past the defense, trying to wedge his way in between. Because of that, he takes a lot of damage in the wall. It will eventually be opened. That Tubarao not going to be able to hold it forever, but Sneeze thinks he finds a player, but doesn't find the second onto Yuv. Yuv actually finding Sneeze, and now Osiris find themselves, what was it, 3v5, now a 3v4. Twist evening it out. with 2 big kills, making it a 3v3 with a minute 20 left. Osiris in a much better position they originally found themselves in.
They were unable to get wall open as well. So this is looking great. Well, no, they may have got it open. I'm pretty sure they did get wall open since Spirits is rotating back out there. But they know somebody's sitting bottom fireplace stairs. He wants to swing it. Cynthia knows Rai sitting there with a super shorty. Cynthia's kind of scared to push this now. Rai gets one on Spirits. They swing it out. The Legion Mine goes off. Rai falls back onto Breach. He decides to tuck in the corner, knowing Twist is going to hop outside. But they do not know he's in this position as of right now, I'm pretty sure. The Legion is unknown. They may hear him scuffling around. No, Twist doesn't. Twist is going to walk him through the beach. Breach gets killed by Rai. It is a 1v3 on Cindy. Cindy gets one. 30 seconds left. He knows where Rai is, and he's unable to get the kill onto Rai, and that is a triple for Rai as he is able to close it out for Outlast, bringing it to the 4-1 scoreline. Very sloppy from Osiris there.
Definitely sloppy. And Osiris currently right now are just doing very one-sided pushes. As we saw, they got 2 big picks in the later half of the round. Twist going big on the side of that ram, even getting some vertical play. And even when they were evened it out 3-3, they just tried to funnel down main stairs. And with a Legion on top of that, a Goyo also, that is just a near impossible task, especially with only 40 seconds left. And honestly, I just don't like these one-sided pushes from Osiris. And because they're doing these one-sided pushes, it just makes it very easy for Outlast to read their overall attack and adapt and quickly just, push off Osiris. Outlast just pushing Osiris off in that early round. And then when it comes down to that late round, that when they want to plant, Outlast is in a great position, not even necessarily needing the man count every round while they do have it. They just have great actual player positioning because Osiris doesn't take enough from Outlast. Well, Osiris, if they do get this next round and do end up with a 2-4 half, that isn't bad. Even with your mistakes, a 2-4 half on Chalet is good. I would take that as a win. I'd take that as an even. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a 3-3, obviously, but it's what is expected for a map like this.
Oh, 100%. But if you're Osiris and you lose this round, you're a little scared. That third map's coming up. It's going to be on Cafe. And from what I remember seeing, Outlast, this former Dilemma roster is pretty strong on that map. And yeah, so you want to close it out here on this round. Bring it to 2-0. You win. Straight up. You qualify for the Spring Bash. But 2 minutes still left in the round, and they're doing their basic things they need to. Every team does this. They do the clear, break util, and try to push these defenders out of their power positions.
A team like Outlast, a couple of months ago, this would have been a completely different story. But because of the current meta, and I don't want to take too much away from Outlast, they're still playing great. They're still playing their picks. They're playing as a team very well in this match, in this series, even though they didn't get the first map. Almost running away with it. 6 months ago, 4 months ago, with the nade change not happening, I don't think Outlast would be in a position like this because defense is just so easy. It honestly is just easy. It's not even like the game favors it. It's just easy. But Zonky being completely pushed out, Yuv getting a response, Austin in a position by Poa gets yet another one, and now Osiris, after getting the first pick, they now find themselves in what it was a 2v4, now a 2v3, enabled by Spirits.
They just hopped in window, and Rai gets another, making it a 1v3 with a minute left. What is happening? Sneeze was right there beside Rai. 1v2, minute left. This is still winnable for Osiris. Sneeze just has to go massive. That was his first kill of this match so far. And he may be able to get 2 more here. 50 seconds left. Walking down library stairs. The 2 players are stuck together in bar stock. They don't know he is already walking close into sight. They should hear him moving by now. They should double swing it together and close it out, but they're just going to play it passive. 30 seconds left. Sneeze. Swings the door, thinking somebody's in the corner. Nobody's there. He's hearing phantoms. 1v1. He doesn't know the other player's in bar stock, and Yuv is able to close it out for himself. Hey, Outlast got that 5-1 split. That's something they wanted, and they got it. Now they move to attack, which is something they were just absolutely Yikes on bank.
Who would have known? Outlast going up 5, even if it's defense. No one would be able to tell you or predict that Outlast would go 5-1, not only on Osiris, but on Osiris with Twist, Adam, and Spirits. It's just unexpected. And it's not only because of the defensive half, it's not only because we're in a defender-sided meta, and because Outlast is playing the defense so well. It's just because Osiris is just giving these free picks away. They're not communicating together as a team. They're not doing their due diligence to drone in the entry players before they swing, before they take map control. While they did get the first pick, it wasn't enough. It did come down to a 1v1. In that situation, it's a 50-50 swing. There's only two angles you can hold. Either head holes or door. And that player on the side of Sneeze swung door. He lost it. A different day, he could have won that. We could be at 4-2. But nonetheless, in my opinion, I don't think Osiris should have even been in that position to go down 4-2. This should have definitely been a 3-3. Osiris right now, while they do have the first map win, they are falling short a little bit right now in this map.
Twist looking to get aggressive with this AR here. He's peeking out. Up. Hold up. Up. Little choppy here.
I was not aware.
Don't know what I'm seeing. I didn't know Mute has moved to attack.
Yeah, I guess Mute got buffed a little bit.
A little bit of technical difficulties, but we have 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the round, and nobody has died. It looks like so far.
You can't tell much. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this on the side of your stream, but right now it honestly just looks like the stream is just mute jammed. My Poa gets the first pick. I can see that well enough.
Yep, it looks like
a 5v4. I can't really necessarily tell what's happening.
We'll know who wins the round at least. But yeah. 2 minutes left, and it is a 5v4. Adam gets a kill on Vipoa. They trade it out. It is a 4v4 now. And now we just wait to see.
Just kind of looking at the score. We can't even see the scoreboard anymore. Can't even see the timer. There we go. It's a minute 40 left.
It looks like somebody's on their phone.
Okay, it's a minute 30. I can see that much. Honestly, a minute 20, it doesn't necessarily look that Osiris has done that much. I'm trying to read the player cards, but they all look the same to me.
I can tell you there's 5 drones left for Outlast.
Thank you. Very, very viable information here. It looks like we have
a minute and 15 left.
Yeah, minute 15 left. Honestly, it doesn't necessarily look like...
Nope.
Okay, there we go. It's just all gone.
It's still a 4v4.
Okay, we've just lost it.
Okay, we went black. We went black screened. We're back. 4v4. 50 seconds left. You've looking to sit on balcony, wanting to play aggressive here.
Looks like we see more.
Rai gets a kill on Adam. It's a 3v4 with 30 seconds left approximately. Man.
Yeah, we can't tell you much.
They're just still sitting outside. 2v4 now.
Yep.
25 seconds left. They have to execute on site. 1v4. Outlast looks like they are going to get this round for their team. Plant going down by Adam now. 3 attackers left. Diffuser is down. Bomb is down. 30 seconds left. He'll defuse a 1v3 scenario for someone. Outlast wins it out. It is a 1-6 scoreline now. And Outlast is wanting to take us to map 3 here, it looks like.
We're surely going to be going to camps and shortly to a tech break. But what we can tell you is Outlast is up 6-1 against Osiris. Yeah. I mean, if you're Osiris right now, I understand that you have first map. We're going to be going to cams. Are we? Okay, there we go. Cams work. Okay.
That's all that matters. That
is all that matters. We're going to be surely going to a tech break as we hopefully can fix these problems and get Mute out of our stream. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, Mute decided to just abolish us.
We're not going to
I
break.
guess we're not going to a
I
break.
guess we're not going
So,
to
but
break.
let's
We'll-
talk
we'll
about
rebel,
this.
we'll rebel,
Let's
we'll
talk
rebel.
about this. Let's talk about this match real quick. Oh, I guess we are going to break. Oh
We're
nope,
going to
nope.
back
We're
to
back to the
game.
mute jammers, boys. But
You know what?
let's
You know what? It's 6-1. We might as well finish it off here.
finish it. Yes. Let's talk about something.
Yeah.
You're Osiris here. You're down 6-1 on your map choice. What's going through their head right now? What do you think? What do you think is happening? We're gonna come back to cams. Round started. Hold up.
No, we're back.
Okay, we're back on cams. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
You may not be able to tell, but we are.
Yeah, you may not be able to see it on stream, but I mean, we're having fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
the teams are enjoying themselves, playing a great game.
I wouldn't say Osiris right now, but yeah.
Yeah, Osiris.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm Osiris right now, I'm mad, bro. Like, I know the players. I've seen twits. I've watched Spirits. He's probably streaming in French right now. Nobody on Osiris probably understands what he's saying.
Oh, we may be back. We got it.
It's
We
back.
got it.
It's back. Okay, there we go. W Prod. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Zach. Doing a great job tonight. Fixed us, bringing us back in the game. Cyrus hopefully trying to bring themselves back in this game. They are on defense. Well, they're down 6-1. It's possible for them to come back, but from what we've seen, they have to win 5 rounds in a row.
They've looked very sloppy.
Yeah. It's just their overall team play. It's just overall how they're playing. It's not like they're making a lot of small mistakes or big mistakes. They're just not necessarily doing anything well. It's just the team communication that's not going in. I'm not sure if Spirits has just stopped talking English, has just gone to French and nobody understands what he's saying, but we do know they're not talking to each other enough.
At this point, could you blame Spirits, though, if he was talking French, just mad at everyone? Not really, because their team has been absolutely a riddance. They've been abysmal this whole match with this map.
Yeah, map.
It's 1-6, for Christ's sake, and you started on attack of a somewhat attacker-sided map. But we see them on defense now. They still haven't been able to get around yet. This is the second one. But it looks like Outlast is already capitalizing. They're doing something that Osiris did not do when attacking this site. They are taking from library over so they can get plant down in a proper spot and not have to worry about vertical control.
Yeah, honestly, did we see Outlast defend?
They defended kitchen. Yeah, they did. They were holding it from...
No, but did we see them play the... I don't think we saw a Master Bomb Site.
No, we have not seen a Master Bomb Site yet.
So, yeah. All right, Osiris bringing this out for the first time. Outlast not playing against. So we don't know how Outlast is going to play against us. While it is on tech, it is different than defense. Still, usually will approach
site
kitchen the same. Site is kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, from Osiris with a minute left, they're doing a great job holding up. Even with Spirits and Twist low on health and now Spirits being down, even if Spirits is lost here, Outlast not really in a position to really take this map control. Even if these players do die outside, by Poa being traded, Zonky getting a kill, but it's Twist to get 2 huge kills. Yuv getting another one. Twist with a triple this round. He's just completely shutting down this Outlast attack. And because of that, you now have Yuv and Rai on the complete opposite side of each other, on the complete opposite side of the map. And with 30 seconds left, they have to find this last player. They don't have defuse. This is a very difficult position.
He knows bomb is down in office. You've hops in through the breach. Rai gets down by Twist. That is quad. He's looking for an ace. But he decides to fall back. 15 seconds. He has to get aggressive. He has to take these gunfights. He has to drop hatch. He's unable to get the one. But Sneeze closes it out for Osiris. And that, my boys, is a 6-2 scoreline. Still in favor of Outlast. But Osiris is able to get their first defensive round.
That was probably the best Osiris round we've seen. I mean, even though they did win a round before that, that was probably their best communication we've seen. They held top floor into the last minute. Even though they lost it, they gave it up. They didn't lose it because Outlast took it from them. While they did get a lot of kills, Twist basically saving the round. If Twist didn't get those kills in that round, we would have been on map 3 by now.
That'd
Twist
have been a
just
4-1.
yeah. Twist just, coming out with that Hail Mary, that hero play. But still, nonetheless, up until that point, before Twist was getting all those kills, Osiris did a good job of denying map control, denying upstairs from Outlast. And as I said many times before, because of that, there was resulted in a second round win. Not a lot. I don't want to say, in another round win because there's only been 2 rounds won by Osiris. But I wouldn't say it's looking a little bit more possible. They're basically in the same exact situation, being down 6-1. You still have to win 4 rounds in a row. Even if you're on defense, you cannot make one mistake because it's going to cost you this whole map.
Oh, you have to play spotless. You have to be the most pristine defensive 5 rounds that you have ever played in your career. You have to win every gunfight, and you most definitely can't lose a round. But man, if you're Outlast here, you can take your time. You have 4 rounds to work with to secure this match. But yes, you may want to get it finished as fast as possible. Just remember, you can take your time. Don't play scared, or don't do that either. But that's, yeah, they gave Osiris 2 kills back to back really quickly. Don't know what Vapoa was doing there, hopping in bathroom window, knowing 2 players were playing by piano. But hey, man, it is what it is.
You said it perfectly. While Osiris did have very good power positions, at the end of the day, Outlast did overswing. They were overzealous in those overall attacking positions. Because of that, they gave Osiris 2 picks. But Outlast coming back, taking down Adam being a great player in the first map, going, I think, around 16-7, 16-9, now going 4-8, down 2-6. He has plenty of rounds, but it doesn't matter because Austin bringing back the man advantage down to 0. It is now a 3v3 with half the round gone, and it's going to be up to Osiris Osiris to continue to hold this top floor control.
2 players are currently sitting upstairs. They are opening the wall. 1 sitting in stocking bar. This right here could be perfect for Outlast. They know 2 are offsite. They have nobody to cover. Nobody's trying to take upstairs other than Rai. He's putting his the air jabs down, and now they're just looking to take space. But Twist is able to get a kill on Zonky. Twist is just picking up where he left off last round, and it's a 3v2 with 50 seconds left. Austin has to find something here.
Austin finding that second player, making it a 2v2 with 40 seconds left. There's still plenty of time for Outlast to take this map, but Center holding a power position on this Mira, unable to be pushed out. Twist with a double kill for this round. It's going to be all up to Rai to win this round and win this map if he wants to give his team yet another chance. With 20 seconds left, both Center and Twist holding very good positions, doubling up on each other, just trying to choke out this player. Rai identifies he's in a crossfire right now, trying to sneak up, but it's not enough. It's Center to swing and take the second defensive round. And now we are 6-3, just an inch closer, but we're still not there yet for Osiris.
Yeah, that is absolutely terrible for Outlast. Man, I'm getting killed by these coughs right now. But still, man, if you're Outlast, why? Why do you throw away your life so quick in that round? Like, Vapoa just hopped in bathroom with no drone. He didn't even call, I'm pretty sure. He didn't even use a single of his calls to ring their phones to see where they were, if anybody was close to bathroom. He just hopped in.
Sorry, my nose was bleeding just watching Osiris. I don't want to say they were playing so bad they made my nose bleed, but okay, I'm fine now. We're back. But Osiris is still 3 rounds away from overtime. They don't win in 3 rounds. They still need to win 2 more rounds after that. They could come back and win 5 rounds in a row. I don't think it's possible. We are going back down to the basement bomb site. They have won both kitchen and bar, and now they're going to what some consider one of the more attacker-favored sites, while, master bedroom is more attacker favored, in my opinion, than basement is. We're not going to be seeing that Tubarão coming out. Spirits getting aggressive yet again, going 6-7, not necessarily having a horrible game, being shut down a little bit. But these are the plays that Osiris need. They need to aggress, not too much to the point where they give picks away to Outlast, but they need to make Outlast very uncomfortable. They need to wedge their way. And speaking of wedging their way, Spirits almost wedging his way onto a kill, onto that player on Window, getting some shots onto Vipo, but eventually falling off and only wasting time for Outlast.
Yeah, Vapoa had to fall back there because he was in a very questionable position because they had two people watching him. Zonky decided to hop into trophy, taking as much space as possible. He knows somebody's in dining. No, he knows his position now. Blending shots onto Twist. Twist gets took out by Vapoa. 2 minutes left, and it is 45. Outlast has the man advantage. They are looking to capitalize off that kill here.
Yeah, not a lot coming from that kill with about half the round gone. That is a great start for Outlast. That is Twist gone. That is not only your zombie gone, as I've said many times before, but Vipoa getting a double kill now on Sen's Osiris in a 3v5 on the basement. Somewhat, I would say, not necessarily over-aggressing, but that player on the side of Vipoa just going out of his way to find these kills with a minute 20. Osiris, they are down 2 men, but they still do have that timer as a 4th player for the defense. And if Outlast don't start to actually set up their take in their plant very quickly, Osiris could take this round back, and it's Spirits to take it the back of Vipoa away. The player who got the first 2 picks is now all up to Spirits in his position. If he loses this position, if he dies here, this will surely be the opening that Outlast need to shut down this map.
Youve can walk down blue stairs currently, but he is not. Spirits just decides to walk up on Youve, and Youve is able to get the kill. It is a 2v4. They know where the 2 players are on site. They know one's blue and one is sitting back wine. Wall's getting opened by Ace. 36 seconds left. Let's see what Adam and Cyntier can do. Cyntier is having a good game so far. Adam's a little bit not here after last match. The last map. 20 seconds left. Attackers still just holding as much space as possible. Blind's coming out. Cyntier is completely blind. Nobody's rushing him. Right. Austin gets took out. Billy Bob takes out Austin. Right closes out the round for his team as he just runs into sight. And that is game. That is map. And now we get to go to map number 3 of Cafe. What are you expecting to see here?
A great match. Honestly, this was a great match. It didn't start out a great match. Osiris trying to bring it back, but it just wasn't enough. It ended up a 7-3, a completely different side of things that we saw in the first map being 8-7 going into Cafe. I'm not sure who starts on defense, but in my opinion, it really does depend not only who starts on defense, but honestly, we've been playing for a long time. Both these teams have been playing for a long time. In my opinion, what it's going to come down to is not the better team, not the better Cafe team, not the better defending or attacking team, but the team who can run the marathon the longest, because that's what it is. You're playing a best of 3. You're playing many best of 3s. Matter of fact, Osiris just got out of another best of 3 before this, so they've played in the span of 5 hours, 6 maps.
Mm-hmm.
They've been playing a lot. So it's going to come down to the stamina of these teams if they want to win. But we're going to be going to a short break before we go into our next map, which is Cafe. We will see you then soon. Welcome back to the XGS Spring Burst Qualifier. Qualifier 1, we'll have one next week. But for our last map of the night, the last match, we'll be finishing off very soon on Cafe with Osiris versus Outlast. If you were not watching before, first map was Bank. It was an 8-7 win for Outlast. And then going into our second map was a 7-3 win for Outlast, or the first map going for Osiris, rather. And we're going to be going to Cafe now.
Yeah, and we saw a very dominant map from Outlast. They were up. They won the match 7-3 on Chalet. They want to carry that momentum into this match that they are starting defensive on Cafe. This map can be very, very defender-sided if you play your setups right, but it can also be very 50-50. But we are seeing Blitz and Ying being banned out, and Ying still has that 100% ban rate, and she has been off every single map we have streamed. Now we get to see the defensive ban from Osiris, more than likely going to be, Solus.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to see Valkyrie on this map being banned out because Valkyrie's super powerful on Cafe.
Honestly, I could see an Echo ban too.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's another good one.
Yeah. And no,
Azami.
Honestly,
That's a powerful one too.
Yeah, no, especially for that piano hold. Azami, basically, aside from Castle, just makes that top floor, especially that piano hold, work. I mean, she's just so strong on that piano. But is going to be Osiris starting on the attack, actually, as I believe this decider they banned last, so Outlast choosing to go defense first. Osiris, honestly, I think they do have a good chance going in this map, but I will say, out of the two teams we have here, from the last two maps, Osiris definitely is the team making the most mistakes. The team fumbling, tripping over themselves the most. The first map, in my opinion, should not have gone to overtime. They had a 4-2 half. They even had a 5-2 half, I believe.
Oh yeah, they were up 5-2 at one point on Bank.
They were up 5-2, and then going into the second map, their map pick, they lost 7-3. Both maps, in my opinion, this should have been a 2-0. Not to take too much away from Osiris, or not Osiris, but Outlast. Outlast doing a great job completely changing up their playstyle from the first half of Bank, and because of that, Osiris has been somewhat struggling. While they did run away with the first map, that second map was just a completely different story, a completely different struggle. Even with those 3 rounds, each round could have honestly gone to Outlast. But for the first site, we're going to be seeing, I believe, Dining and Reading.
Yeah, it's one of the most preferred sites now here and on Cafe. But hey, this could be been a 2-0 for either team, because at one point Outlast was up 6-5 on Bank, and they threw around. Centier got 3 kills in quick succession. But hey, was that? All that matters is this is a best of 1 now for both of these teams. It all comes down to who wins this map. And who is it going to be? Outlast starting on defense first. And Spirits is already down, hopping into a frost mat, but nobody's there to capitalize off that down. But Spirits and Adam are both 20 health. But Adam gets killed onto you as he hears him vault over the pallet stairs. The poet playing up top. He knows 2 have dropped in hatch. But Spirits is watching the flank. But Popo is able to sneak past what Spirits is watching. Rai is able to get a kill on the Twist. Minute 40 left, 4v4. And Capone's put himself in a power position here. He has... Oh, never mind. They had a drone on him watching the whole time. We just couldn't see it. And, hey, that is a big kill for Cindier here, as he is just picking up where he left off last match, as he was the only player on his team to go positive on that Chalet. But 4-3, minute 15 left. It's just a waiting game now if you're Outlast. You're just waiting to see what they do. Rai holding a strong position. He has to fall off because they open the floor up above him. We saw Vapoa look like he broke the castle down, wanting to rotate. Oh, Zonky broke the castle down, wanting to rotate up. Red stairs, but he decides to fall back. Mute Gemmer being took out here by Ram. and they have complete top floor control. Nobody is putting any pressure on it, and if somebody does, Spirit's just watching the flank. Somebody just running around in train.
Spirits and Adam very low on health. If they're swung, they're only a couple bolts from death, and I say that it's actually Sen's the one who is put down. Adam trying to put that bomb down. Austin holding an angle onto Spirits, taking him down. Adam eventually putting that bomb down. Is now going to be up to center and Adam to hold this post plant position, but now it's all up to center or Adam per se, but it's Rai to get the triple kill and shut down the first round. And that was a very quick post plant, honestly. Outlast playing a great post plant, playing a great retake, and because of that, they resulted with the first round win.
Very interesting attack there from Osiris. There, as you would expect them to get the regular plant there, just plant clock, because nobody was there to contest that. But they just decided to run back bookshelf and plant there. Interesting. They made that decision to do it. They probably saw something on drones that we did not see observing. And that ended up being the demise of their team there. They threw two bodies back to back, making it a 3-3, and they only had two guns to watch the plant. And they both died pretty quickly. And now we see them going to mining and dining. This is a very interesting site to go. You have been seeing it a lot more here recently because the third floor bomb site has significantly dropped off of people's radars. Not many people are running it anymore. More teams are feeling more comfortable with this site for some reason. Don't know why. But I'm ready to see how they play this.
10 seconds to go.
Well, we're seeing yet another problem, or rather, we saw a problem last round with Osiris. That drone economy, the overall ability to drone and find these players on the side of Outlast was not there. While Osiris did have the man advantage in a 4v3, even with those two players being downed, it wasn't those players on low health. It was the lack of intel and overall knowledge of where these players in what positions they were playing, and because of that, Outlast were able to just move fluently, change up their positions without being countered. To honestly, and what's kind of surprising because in the early round, last round, we did see Osiris have quite a bit of drone intel and drone economy, and they found 2 picks off of that. But in the late round, when the drones are dwindled down, that seems to be when Osiris have the problems the most.
I'm intrigued to see what they decide to do here with the Samaru. I was thinking maybe just send them through dining window, but they didn't do that. So now we get to just wait patiently and see what they do. But very interesting choice. They did this on Bank quite a bit, but they never really seemed to capitalize off those Amaru situations, as Amaru died quickly. But Adam able to get a kill under Vapoa. That is the Jaeger down. And Adam is the one on Repel that got that kill. I don't know what happened there, where he got the kill, but that is a 5v4, and that is all that matters for Osiris, as they are able to take top floor control and do their soft breach thing. No ram. They really have hardly any soft breach utility, but they know somebody's sitting in that corner, and he's about to get pre-fired into oblivion. And that is Zonky dead, and it's a 5v3 now. What is going on for Outlast? And let's see if Osiris can close this round out.
As I said before, the early round drone economy and overall finding out where these players on the side of Outlast are playing on defense is relatively good. And yet again, just like the round before, we saw Osiris get 2 big picks, but they don't have any intel or any insight on this player on the side of Outlast roaming upstairs, but actually they do. They punish him, killing him, and now it's all up to Yuv in a 4v1 position. Near impossible. They surely know where he is. He sees the first player on the side of Twitch. He knows where the player is planning. Can't find the shots. Osiris now knows where he is. Sens knows where he is, but it's actually Sentier upstairs on the hatch to find him. I'm not sure if he was on there the whole time, but shutting out the round and tying it 1-1.
That's good attack from Osiris. Questionable site choice. As they finally decide to go to kitchen. This site has been phenomenal for defenders since it's been put into the competitive map pool. It has been one of the strongest sites. It is more than likely the strongest site on Cafe because Yes, you can destroy that floor above it, but there's just so much space you have to take to be able to feel comfortable before you execute on said site. It's like you have to take control of small bake, you have to take control of bakery, you have to take control of prep before you can even think about planning in kitchen. And then if you want to plant bunker, you have to take the side where Vapoa is reinforcing as of right now, and you have to clear out that player in VIP and Christmas tree area. And then you have to worry about getting wall open and clearing out the player in bunker.
As I look up to the screen, Osiris, there's a player gone yet again.
Oh my lord.
And if you're Osiris, not only have you just won your first round coming after a first round loss, now you've lost a player. Not ideal. I mean, yeah, this round isn't impossible, but for a site like Kitchen, it's very hard. You have to have all 5 players. You still have the Buck. You still have that Dokkaebi with the DMR. She's surely able to clear out any roamers, but I'm not sure if it's enough. And Twiz is just AFK.
It's Sneeze. It's Sneeze. He's gone again.
It's, like,
Maybe
honestly,
must be having PC issues because they did not call for a rehost yet again.
No, yeah.
But still, this is not the situation you want to be in if you are Osiris. You're down a man count again, and now you're just in that situation. Well, what are we gonna do here? How are we going to secure a round for us? Twist is already working his way down top white, wanting to find somebody, wanting to get pick, knowing somebody was somewhere shooting at him. Do not know where. Think he was in dining, but still, this is not very advantageous if you are Osiris. You're worried. You're playing on a back foot this round. You've since the round has started, you've been on a back foot completely, and now you have to find the space to capitalize and somehow manage to get that round win for your team. And they're just looking for bout chems right now because they have no clue where they are. They lost the IQ correct?
Yeah, IQ, and not only have they lost the IQ, but Zonky takes out Twist. That is now one of your best players, and now your Ash gone. A 3v5 with a minute left.
Oh man,
not ideal. Not ideal.
Not ideal at all.
Yeah, I will say they're down a player, so they did expect to lose this round. If they do lose this round, they're only down 1-2. I wouldn't count themselves out. A much better start from last map. You know, only going to be down 1-2. Surely Sneeze, hopefully going to be able to join back for next round. And this is one of the hardest sites to defend or attack rather. And yeah, by Poa, Outlast just completely choking out Osiris. It's now a 1v5 and Spirits is just crawling. That is just a free kill for Vipoa. And honestly, if I'm Osiris right now, I'm not down. I'm not mad. I'm not frustrated. You had a player down. Not only did you have a player down, but that was probably one of the most difficult sites to attack. So you're only down 1-2. You're able to recess. Hopefully we'll get a pause so Sneeze can join back, or Osiris is going to say, screw it. Yeah, they're just going to play with Sneeze.
Okay, now there we go. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. They finally asked for a pause. 3 seconds left. Good job, Twits. Thank you. But Sneeze joined deck down. Yeah.
Let's talk about it. This is lining up to be the exact same position they put themselves in last map. It was a 1-0. They won the second round, and then Sneeze DC'd. And it looks like Sneeze is not coming back as they are readying up.
Okay. I mean...
I guess they're playing a 4v4. I mean, 4v5.
I mean, if you can't get Sneeze back, I mean, I understand it. I mean, you might as well... I mean, we could take a tech pass or tech pause.
I guess they don't want to, though.
Okay, yeah. They're just saying screw it. Honestly, if I'm Osiris... I mean, this isn't the biggest deal. I mean, I guess you could say for Center it's a bigger deal, but still, I mean, he's played E2. You know, this is still a very good tournament. They're a $2,500 prize. That is still a lot, but you have next week. And if you've seen some of the teams next week, theoretically, you'll still have 4 spots left to qualify. It should be somewhat easier. And if I'm Osiris, they don't necessarily even, in my opinion, deserve to win. Outlast just completely changing everything up and showing that they are the better team, both team-wise and structurally. And because of that, they've been rewarded with not only nearly an overtime victory, but a 7-3 victory over such a competent team. I mean, these are really good players. You have pro players here, and you have Zonky going toe-to-toe with them. I mean, honestly, if I'm Outlast, if they win, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, coming into this, I would be surprised. But from what I've seen in this match, in this map alone, they most definitely deserve this spot.
My thing is, though, is you still don't want to leave it up to that second qualifier. You would prefer to get yourself in this qualifier because there's still a chance you might make it. But this is their decision. They made this, and they want to continue it out as a 4v5 set, and that just puts Outlast in a man advantage completely. That for the rest of the match, if Sneeze is unable to join back, that is just a man advantage for Outlast the rest of the game, and that's just not where you want to be if you're Osiris. But 2 minutes left in the round. They're deciding to take space already, repelling into heaven, wanting to get this kill, but the nitro comes out from Bapoa. Bapoa looking to swing the person who dropped heaven. New hatch, but Billy Bob gets killed. right, and it's a 1v4, minute 50 left, and their execute has just completely crumbled like a biscuit that has been sitting out in the open, and somebody just smashes it with their hand. But Twist is able to get 1v3, minute 30 left, and that is round for Outlast.
Outlast up 3-1. I will say, if Steve just joins back, they'll have a chance. I mean, in that round, they necessarily didn't even try. I hope to God they're not throwing. Steve's probably just having internet issues, to be honest. And understandable. You know, we've had plenty of issues today, as you've seen the previous map. For the third round in a row, we're going to be having a 4v5. Honestly, though, even if Outlast goes up 4-2, I said it last map, but theoretically, statistically, and using all the knowledge we have, especially with this meta, especially with this map, Osiris going into the next half 4-2, if they have all 5 of their players, going in 4-2, they're not in a bad position.
Oh, not at all.
Obviously, you would prefer a 3-3, but I mean, 4-2 with all 5 players, I could still see this, go to max regulation. Maybe we could even see overtime.
100%, and that is all that matters. Is if you are Osiris, you get that 2-4 half shit. You may be able to get a 3-3 half here.
You get Sneeze back in the game. That's
what they
need right now.
Sneeze is what they really need.
Sneeze back in the game.
But either way, if you get a 3-3 half here, you're going on to defense. Or you get a 4-2 half, you're going on to defense. You still have 4 players. This is still extremely winnable because the attackers have to come to you. You can play it safe. You can double up on it with each other, and you just have to kill them. You just have to hit your shots at that point, which is something those players on the Osiris team should be able to do. And they're getting ready to execute. Well, not execute, just attack and clear out these players on the top floor, but is unable to just hop in that skylight because there's a frost mat below him. And if you hop in that, you're downed because it catches everything when you hop in.
I will say, for Osiris, while they're missing a man, they're making up for it in this aggression. And Adam, I don't know if it's Adam or the server that's looks like the server. But as I was saying, Osiris not really giving up here. While they're down a man, they realize this, so they're trying to make up for it with aggression. And as I say aggression, Twist just pushing in. He's enabled to, with the intel he's been given, with the other player doubled up on top white, almost catching that player's spirits, just missing him. But Adam going down half health. I'm not sure. Yep, that was a C4. Could have died there. Honestly, Adam, if I was in Adam's position, I would be happy I did not die to that C4. It's actually an impact. They're just throwing impacts all the way up. They're just using the sound. There's no souls on the board. So this is pure game sense. Using the sound to hear this Ashe put her breach charges down. Ashe just looking for that player. And yes, Adam finds it. And as he finds that kill, Sens returns. And Spirits returns with another kill. But Austin almost finding another. Spirits going up for a double kill. Austin getting one on to the player. Spirits getting one on the Zonky. It's all up to the last 3 players, but it's not going to be enough. Adam shutting it down, and now with Sense down, Osiris 3-2. They could potentially get a 3-3 half here.
The wild card duo going massive for their team here as they get a split ace. And now we see the teams are finally back together. And it's feasible. A 3-3 split for Osiris here is very feasible as Outlast has to go down to basement now. I mean, go down to kitchen and service.
Yes, Nomical Sneeze is back if you watching the delayed stream. But honestly, Outlast, if after losing that round, obviously their whole entire mental isn't going to be shocked, but that was a very definitive round. That ended in a 3v1 with only 4 players left. Only 1 player on the side of Osiris died to an Outlast player. That was, I mean, obviously you had Spirits going in with just the power play there. If he didn't make that, they may not have been able to find that opening. But nonetheless, they were able to just completely push out Outlast, and Outlast with those impacts below, with that roam, it just wasn't enough. And with 3 rounds, with, a 4v5, Outlast only finding themselves up 1 round.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, it's just, man, if you're Outlast, you're kind of worried. Like, how do you... Spirits just ran into sight. He got 2 kills in quick succession, then he rushed the final on white to get his 3rd. And then why are you peeking your impact holes in the first place? But we don't know what their thought process was. They made that decision. We can only criticize it and think about it later on. And they can think about it later on when they thought review their matches. But you sitting in Bakery behind that shield, we see the Monty being brought out here. As Twist is already down. Monty? Okay, they have site control already. Because nobody's there to contest. They're doing a complete top floor hold.
You do have that player on the side of Rai with Legion playing upstairs. Also, you have Austin in Harry Potter. So Osiris does not have a full clear on this map. But with that Monty, that surely should help. Rai looks to be falling off somewhat. Not aware of the position of Osiris. Osiris somewhat slowing down. Austin trying to sacrifice his health. Swings a questionable position right there. And because of it, Spirits is rewarded with yet another pick on to Austin. And now Osiris in a 2v3, or down 2-3 in a 4v3, but you still have Vipoa upstairs. That is such a power position, and he gets the Monty. That is a huge pick for Outlast and Vipoa. And with 1:20 left, it is now a 3v3, 2 players upstairs. Surely Osiris is going to have difficulties if they cannot push them out. And Vipoa yet again gets his triple kill, the 3rd in this round.
That's bombed down too. That's wow. Last player in sight. Adam looking to somehow clutch this round for his team, but Vipoa is able to close it out with a quad kill on the round and secure a 4-2 half for his team.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm Osiris right now, I'm happy. I mean, my mental wouldn't be chalked too much. A 2-4 half for attacking Cafe. And honestly, I will say, Outlast, while they are playing good, Osiris fixing a lot of the mistakes we saw in the previous 2 maps. While it is 2-4, it does seem a lot closer to, or actually 3 of those rounds being a 4v5 with that 1 player at Sneeze leaving. But actually, I believe, the round he came back, they didn't even win it. But that was just bad positioning. They didn't clear up top. And we're just seeing yet another problem we saw on the last map from Osiris. The negligence of just not clearing out a top floor hold above the site. I mean, that's honestly what it was. That's why they lost last map. That's why they lost, I believe, 3 rounds to Kitchen. Not only on attack, but defense also. And if you're Osiris, I know you need to fix these mistakes, because if you don't, Outlast, sure, they're attacking, but they're only 3 rounds rather, from winning this whole series.
Yeah, man. Outlast. And they're doing something. They're going to a site. Osiris is going to a site that has been statistically proven to be one of the most 50-50 sites on Cafe. It all comes down to what these attackers do. And since Zombie's off the board, you can't hold piano like you usually would. You have to play back and play in that corner. that corner that is well known for its fancy name, but yeah, it's the castle. You have the castle. Yes, he's holding all of these out. You're not going to see really a jump out unless they break these. But still, Zonky is going to repel on piano windows. Look to see. Oh, he almost got the Warden of Sneeze, who was just standing in the open, but unable to connect the shots.
Sneeze getting the first pick onto Zonky. That is a huge pick. That is your Dokkaebi gone. She'll unable to call, to push out and find these roamers, but it actually looks like there's going to be no roamers from the side of Osiris. Outlast just free to take it, and Billy Bob 5684 free to just take that player, and he does realize he's in a position with 2 players on attack, and he's just going to choose to sit outside and just waste time. And that's what he's doing. Well, he doesn't get the pick. He's wasted so much time. And Adam getting yet another pick, jumping out. Austin getting the refrag. But Osiris in that exchange coming out on the winning side in a 3v2. It is now just up to Austin and Yuv on somewhat damaged health to win this round with 1:20 left.
You've sitting there wondering if somebody is going to hop out that window yet again, but more than likely not, since they know nobody is out there. Hatch is getting open by Austin. This is a very interesting. They have 1:10 left. Juve is just working his way up red currently. I don't know what Outlast is going to do in this situation. They have to find a pick. He almost gets one onto Spirits, but Spirits is able to fall back into piano. He's playing it close with the shotgun. Austin is going to have to drop that, but Spirits just absolutely fries Juve. And now it's a 3v1 with 45 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, whenever Spirits is down, he finally just wakes up and stops trolling. And Austin wakes up with a double kill in the round, now in a 1v2 deficit with 30 seconds left. Definitely possible, but with a strong cross angle held by Osiris, they're well aware of his position, not only with his Fenrir gadget going off, but with the multiple bullets Austin is just trying to pre-fire. Austin does have intel on Sneeze, but he has little position, little map control, or time to find anything. And Fenrir just coming back to strike. As I spoke about it on the second map, is just such a difficult operator and utility to play against him because of it. Sneeze coming back into the game, not only in the lobby, but on the scoreboard, now brings it to 3-4.
Yeah, this is looking good for Osiris off of that first round. It's not much to judge a team off of, just one round on defense. But Outlast looked like, yeah, cool. They expected the jump outs, but they weren't watching them at the time. So they lost 2 players really quickly, only to get 1 traded off of it. Well, 2 traded off of it because two Osiris players hopped out the windows.
I'm going to be honest. In that situation, I don't think Osiris should have won. I mean, if you've been watching SI, Ashton did the exact same play against Wolves, and he was punished by it because they didn't push the player. They just ignored the player outside and decided, you know what, we're just going to take the 3v4 on site. But Outlast deciding to not only address that player, but they lose at the end of it, which initially was 1, a second player jumping up. They ended up losing 2 players. But after losing their first pick, they found themselves in a 3v2. Outlast not necessarily just really trying to play against that operator. You didn't need to get him. I understand he was outside, and I understand he was just trying to waste your time. You could have just honestly ignored him, let him go back inside. Honestly, you had 2 players below. You could have just had a player hold red or hold white, and you could have just won up and pushed site and just played the actual man count. But Osiris being rewarded for just an aggressive play. Outlast, I really hope they slow down their aggressiveness and just really let Osiris overextend and just be overzealous and just eventually let themselves punish themselves for it.
There's only really 2 spots that player could have went back to. And one of them was White Stairs, and the other one was Held Door. And you had somebody watching both of those. You just decided to fight it for some reason.
And it's been a common theme. Outlast and Osiris taking unneeded fights. And because of these unneeded fights being taken, as we saw in the first map with Outlast overextending, putting their players in 1v1 isolated situations they didn't need to be, they were punished by a round loss, and we just saw that before. But right now, Osiris not necessarily being aggressed on, not necessarily, having any aggression towards them. That's going to be a lot of intel for not only Adam but Osiris. And right now, Outlast don't have a whole lot of utility on the overall defense from Osiris. Right now, Osiris in a very comfortable spot. And I don't even believe we have one Outlast player. Yep, no, we have Buck, Vipoa, 2 players upstairs. But the problem is you still have 2 players on the side of Osiris upstairs holding it.
Osiris gets the first. They're looking very solid right now so far. They've wasted so much time of Outlasts. Minute 15 left in the round. Sneeze is still on the top floor. Vipo looking to capitalize and open up some space. They are unable to get to Spirits right now. Juve is sitting there just in a stalemate with Mozzie here currently.
Yeah, he has no idea this Mozzie is in this corner. Yeah, he has no idea.
He decides to run off.
Shooting off, but it's Spirits to get the second pick onto Vipoa. And honestly, if I'm Adam right now, I don't need to move. Yov has no idea of this position, and this shows a common theme for Outlast that they're not getting the intel needed. And Adam just over swinging a little bit, and because of it, he is punished. Yov getting the pick onto Adam. Rai following it back up. It is now a 3v3, just 30 seconds left. But the thing is, you still have Twist upstairs, and they've just given him map control. Not only him, but Spirits, and now Osiris have control of above. Twist falling back with 17 seconds. It's going to be up to these players on the side of Zonky and Rai.
Spirits laying prone in the hallway. Oh, he does no damage. Juve runs in the bathroom, but they were unable to get... Wait. Why'd they not go for plant? They just decided to take the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yep, Ram had the case and tried to run through the door. Wow. Very interesting.
Outlast slipping a little bit. They're letting their lead slip, and this is what I talked about before. Osiris initially down 2-4, and as you saw, Twist, they were just honestly sitting and waiting. They were just waiting for Osiris to swing them and peek them, but it didn't happen. As we saw, the player on the side of Ash just waiting for Adam to peek. It took him around 30 seconds because Adam just honestly, I'm gonna be honest, he just got bored. He was like, okay, I'm just gonna swing this. I'm tired sitting here. I don't care if I die or not. And while he did die, it wasn't enough for Outlast. And I talked about it before. This last map, this last game, we've been casting for quite a while. These players have been playing for even longer. They've been playing for 6-7 hours now. It's not about best team. It's not about the best cafe team who can play attack, who can play defense. It's about the team with the most stamina. And right now, it looks like Outlast is running out of that stamina.
That's the crazy thing too. Outlast has only played how many maps? 4 today? While Osiris is on their 6th? No, Outlast may have played just 3, actually. They have not played near as many maps as Osiris, and Osiris is showing that experience is helping them win the game, which is great to have in situations like this because you're not going to panic. You're not going to get near as exhausted as fast, and your mental should be better than these players. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Outlast, they are, T2, some T3 players, most of them being T2, so the mental isn't as solidified as Osiris, but it doesn't matter, because Spirits, he doesn't need mental to run out, he just needs to be completely mental in his mind, and he is, and because of that, he gets Rai. That is not only a player going 6-6, getting quite a bit of frags, but that is now your primary soft breach gone. While you still do have that Buck, Ram was going to open it very quickly, very swiftly, but now that she's gone, you're going to have to waste a little bit more time, but it doesn't matter because Yov actually gets the refrag, the trade onto Twist. That is a big player. Twist initially having a decent game, but it doesn't matter because Vipoa, after last map, continues to have a great game. It's Outlast continuing to shut down these Osiris players. Outlast now finding themselves in a 4v2 and now making a 4v1.
All because Twist decided to swing and chase a drone. And it just went downhill after that. It's a 1v4. They know where he is, obviously, and Spirits is just gonna have to run. He's gonna have to take a fight. Vipo's getting plant down. But he really has I don't think he has a chance of this round.
He has
but
nothing.
he can put up a damn good fight here, but he is unable to even get a kill onto you as you just activates. That was a triple for him in the game, in the lobby, and that tripled his kills. He went from, well, actually 4 times his kills. He went from 1 kill to 4 kills.
Yeah. Osiris just overextending there, honestly. I mean, it was just one piece of vertical in that middle red hallway. You just had one player get 2 kills off of that. That should not have happened. That was just an overextension from the defense of Osiris. That Ram, while she did die, her first Ram drum did work. It resulted in 2 kills for Outlast. Osiris only down 1 round after winning 2 rounds in a row. Outlast finally stopping the bleeding a little bit. And this is probably one of the closest games or closest maps we've seen, and it looks just like we're back on bank. Oh. Are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I'm just trying to figure out if you're Osiris here. You are 100% laying to make them execute on sight. That's my thought. Yes, you want to play aggressive. You want to push them into positions of being uncomfortable on attack, but you can sit back and bunker a little. You just have to hold a whole lot of space on that first floor and not swing insane angles, especially when you already have the man advantage. But yeah, I don't understand.
You know, it's a long night. You know, Osiris, they're
6
Yeah.
maps.
Yeah, not it's just honestly the playstyle of these newer pro league players and these high T2 players. They're just very aggressive, and that's why they get a lot of hit kills and and that's why they get picked up because they're just so aggressive. And right now, Outlast just perfectly understanding how to punish it. Spirits upstairs on top red, waiting for a player to open hatch, but he realizes that he's not only being droned out, but he's been identified before that drone even came out. Yuv doing a perfect job of clearing not only first floor going up red, but also clearing out that top red player on the side of Spirits. That is a really big play, a great play to get map control. And now with a minute 30, while Outlast doesn't have a pick, they're in a much better position they found themselves originally.
Yeah, Outlast is in a better position. They have like you said, a minute and 30 left in the round, and Juve has already took complete control of the second floor, and he's holding 2 players on white. But at this time, Vapoa is also trying to open up the floor. He knows somebody is more than likely sitting on that hatch in the southeast corner of Cocktail, but he hasn't tried to get it yet. He has not tried to clear that player, and they're just letting them hold that space as of right now. So I'm assuming that they're going to go for an execute on the bar area instead of Cocktail now.
Yeah, right
But
now,
we'll see.
right now, Outlast just kind of waiting for the players on the side of Osiris to swing them, and they've not been granted any picks, any swings, nothing. The players on the side of Osiris are not being overzealous, not overswinging, as I say, that Sneeze swinging just a little bit with 30 seconds left. Outlast, you gotta get moving. You gotta get yourselves in the map. Adam shuts down Yuv while he was in the map. He's now taken out Austin, finding a player on the side of Twist, but does not see Sneeze. Sneeze still holding position, but it's actually Center to get a kill. And not only Center for 2, but Spirits backing up Rai, getting a kill from the grave, but it's Spirits to shut it down and tie it up 5-5. A great round from Osiris. A great shutdown from what nothing a lot was happening from the attack of Outlast.
Yeah, they were playing way too separated there. That's what I was trying to figure out where they're executing from. How are they actually taking this map control? Are they going to execute on Cocktail or bar? They just
weren't.
it seems like they didn't know their self.
They just were not taking that map control. They just were not doing anything. They took that first, they pushed out the top red player. They took that first and second floor control. They had the buck below. Nobody played in the buck, and because of that, Outlast was like, what do we do now? with 30 seconds left, they just started swinging in windows, dropping hatches. And if you're Osiris, that's easy pickings. You swing that, you get a free kill. And yet again, Outlast giving Osiris these isolated 1v1s, isolated 1v2s, and 1v3s even that they don't need to give them, because Outlast, while they did find some map control in the first half, it just resulted in what I would say absolutely nothing.
They didn't. They were unable to capitalize on the map space they did find, and when they tried to capitalize off of it, they've already reinforced the areas they're attacking. So there's nothing for them to hit except just another person. It's like they were running into a brick wall that round. So maybe they fix it this round. It's not. It didn't look too hot there.
Honestly, while Outlast did even it eventually, stopping the 2 rounds in a row, getting that round, putting them on 5 rounds, Osiris eventually coming back, it just looks like they're going in a back and forth. And in my opinion, Osiris is going to eventually get the better of that back and forth, because you don't have infinite overtime. Somebody has to win a round. If it goes 7-7, if it goes 6-5, one player has to win a round. One team has to win that final round. And right now, it just doesn't look like Outlast is going to be able to go that long. Osiris just denying them intel, denying them anything. While Vipoa does have this Dokkaebi ringing out these calls, it has resulted in next to nothing. But as I say that, Zonky and Yuv down below trying to get into sight. Twits getting the first pick onto Yuv. Austin getting a refrag, but it's Zonky, it's Vipoa. It's a 3v3 now with half the round gone. Vipoa getting top control upstairs. The definition of a fast round coming out right now.
Yeah, and Vipoa is trying to keep his team into it, but there's 2 players. His 2 teammates are just like super low health. Adam just takes plenty of shots, and he has to fall back. But like I said, you have 2 players that have maybe 10 health each. And there's not much they can do there. Oh, the Billy Bob is just, well, Cynthia is not going to land his shots. He gets down by Austin. Spirits decides to push up. And Plant goes down by Austin. Adam gets 1. Plant is still going down. Both players for Outlast are super low. Austin gets another. That's a triple for him. 38 seconds left on the defuse. He needs to find these 2 players within the next 20 seconds to be able to get this defuse. He pops the Goyo. All he has to do is land 1 shot on each. Both of them are super low. 20 odd seconds. But Austin just sitting there. Adam is able to land the quad for his team and get the kill. And man,
Wait,
does he have time?
Oh,
Okay, yeah, he does.
Oh wow, that was so
wow.
close. He almost lost that due to the fire. That was
And
close.
he popped that Goyo too.
Yeah. He was the one who popped it. Adam getting a huge 1v2, 1v3 clutch. I believe that is a great play. And honestly, that may be the nail in the coffin, because if you're Outlast, that was a round you most definitely at first should not have won, but you went in there, took map control, and gave yourself a 1v2. While your 2 players were low, they just played their positions not well at all, and that resulted in a clutch win, a quad kill that much for Adam. And now Osiris, yet again, for the second time this series, find themselves on map, but this time around, series point to qualify the XGS Spring Bash.
We see them deciding to go to kitchen and service. Well, kitchen cooking, kitchen service, whichever one you want to call it, whichever way you call it, it's 2 of their own. But they are going to be bringing Spirits, Oh Faithful, Vigil, and Boss G more than likely. But if you are Osiris here, you should not make the same mistakes you did when you were defending this site last time, because you had man advantage, yes, but at the same time you swung things you didn't need to. It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
it'll be fun to see.
This whole second half of this series, we've talked about the marathon, that marathon being this game, and right now Osiris bringing out Spirits. I'm guessing he's on that boss sheet. I mean, he's most definitely on that boss sheet, but he's going to be upstairs. And if Outlast don't clear him out. And from with that Monty play, it doesn't look like they're going to be going for a heavy top floor take. And because of that, not only will Spirits most likely not be pushed out, you'll be able to flank down, take that vertical control, especially with those two impacts, and potentially deny a plant if Outlast even get that close to the site.
Yeah, it's the thing is, they're contesting bakery heavily. Yes, you have somebody behind the bakery counter, and Juve is just walking in. Sneeze gets one, Twist gets another. This is looking more and more like Osiris's round. Rai is super low. Rai gets took down by Sneeze. It's a 5v2. Minute 57 left. It's a triple for Sneeze. And it's a 5v1. This is going to be a flaw. Ooh, it was almost a flawless to close it out, but Zonky got one. And Zonky was unable to get the kill onto Spirits as he closes it out with the Boss G. And that is them punching their ticket into the Spring Burst for XGS. Closing it out in a 7-5 fashion. Osiris is your match winner.
We talked about that marathon, and at the end, Osiris was the team to make it out. They finish their lower bracket. Well, they didn't really play lower bracket, but they finished their lower bracket one, even though if it was one series, as you said before, they punched that ticket into XGS, the official season. We'll have one more qualifier next week, but for Osiris, they're done. They're in. They've done all they needed to do. It was a very grueling and long series. Second map, not so long, but Osiris making up for it.
Oh, 100%. Let's talk about how they were 3 rounds that they were 4v5.
Yeah.
They won one of those rounds, and that was a key factor to them shutting this out in regulation.
I mean, if they didn't win that round, they might not have won the match.
Maybe not. Yeah, there's ifs. There's a bunch of ifs. But in the end, they win it, and they are the final team from this qualifier to make it to the XGS Spring Burst. So I'm ready to see what they're able to do in this tournament, and I'm really excited to see what these teams bring in qualifier number 2. But we'll get to that next weekend.
That'll be all from us. We'll have another qualifier next weekend. I'll see you Friday. Newcastle, I'm sure you'll see them sometime next weekend. For our last qualifier, hope you all have a great night.